Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today. Dreyer Physical Therapy is now accepting new patients. Clinic Director Tessa Sager can help get you back in the game or on the job with flexible scheduling between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Dreyer Physical Therapy offers in-clinic and telehealth services, including manual therapy, injury prevention, return to performance, total joint replacement, concussion management, and vestibular rehabilitation. Call 814-273-2175 to schedule your appointment today so you can get back in the game.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Located at 16 West Main Street in Youngsville, Cam's Logging Supplies and Outdoor Wear's goal is to provide customers in Warren County with logging supplies, boots, and clothing at a reasonable price and within a short distance from home. We also offer so much more, including indoor golf and axe throwing, games of chance, and local pool leagues. If there's something you want and we don't have it, let us know and we will be happy to try and find it for you. At Cam's, we also sell hunting and fishing licenses and look forward to serving you. Give us a call today at 814-688-3146. Stop in and see us or visit us online at camsloggingsupplies.com.
A year ago, the Knights and Blue Devils met in an instant classic District 10 semifinal match. Both teams are back in the semifinals again this year, though the Blue Devils are hoping for a different outcome. Will they be able to continue their role here in 2023, or will the Knights find a way to punch their ticket back to the District 10 championship? It's Eisenhower versus Cambridge Springs, District 10 Class 1A semifinals, Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters, next on the YDL Sports Network. You're watching high school sports on the YDL Sports Network. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in as Allegheny Grill of Foxburg presents high school football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters this week. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, where you come for the food and stay for the view. Come check out the new indoor-outdoor wood frame event center. The Allegheny Grill was recently voted the #1 waterfront restaurant in Pennsylvania. Find out why at AlleghenyGrill.com. This is the Hunter Station Golf Club pregame show. Are you looking for that perfect Christmas gift for that golfer in your life? Then get them a membership at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tionesta. Located along the scenic Allegheny River, the Hunter Station Golf Club is both challenging and fun. Find out more HunterStation.com. You're on the drive to the game, brought to you by Warren Tire Center. Warren Tire Center, make sure you get to the game in comfort. WarrenTireCenter.com. And our game stream tonight is brought to you by Oil Country Crates. Your products, our protection. OilCountryCrates.com. Brian Hagbert, Cody Elms with you in the Park Avenue Motorcar broadcast booth from Carter Field in Titusville. If you have a fender bender, we can mend her at Park Avenue Motorcar. Call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motorcar, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years. And Cody, this is, as we said at the top, a rematch of a District 10 semifinal from a year ago. That one, the Knights had to come back and then hold off a late rally from Cambridge Springs to head back to the District 10 championship. This year, safe to say the Blue Devils are going to be favored in this one. They defeated Eisenhower earlier this season, way back on September 1st, 48-0, a big win for Cambridge Springs there against the Knights. Though this Eisenhower team over the last 5 weeks has looked a little different than the one that met this Cambridge Springs team in week 2.
Yeah, the first games that we were covering for Eisenhower, we were talking about who's going to replace, guys like Benji Bauer and the strong offensive line that the Knights had last season. And I think there were a little bit of growing pains trying to find that perfect mix. But certainly someone like Tucker Lindell has stepped up in recent weeks, and Logan Penley's filled in, and Ryan Chambers. They have found a way to put together good, solid drives, score touchdowns, and more importantly, make big plays, which I think could be a very important asset for Eisenhower coming into tonight.
Well, and especially when you look back at that first matchup, Cambridge Springs ran all over the place, ran for 348 yards, 5 touchdowns, only attempted 1 pass in the entire game. Up front, where really the big advantage is for Cambridge Springs this year, they took full advantage of it way back in week 2 for almost 350 yards. But on the flip side, they held Eisenhower to just 64 total yards of offense. And as you said, that was a team offensively that was still trying to find its identity. Like you said, you come off a year where you had a record-setting rusher in Benji Bauer, and that opened up a lot of things. And they had that very experienced, tough, physical offensive line, breaking in some new linemen. And now it's later in the season, like you mentioned, guys like Tucker Lindell, who had a just phenomenal ball game a week ago, ran for 181 yards, 3 touchdowns, including a 99-yard touchdown run he ripped off. As the other thing coming into this one is Eisenhower's kind of exercised the playoff demon, if you will, beat Reynolds. They fifth straight time they'd matched up in the playoffs. Reynolds had won the previous 4. Eisenhower comes away a 34-8 winner over the Raiders a week ago, and maybe that can kind of loosen you up as you come into a rematch against a team you're very familiar with.
I think it could loosen you up. I think the previous matchup, obviously that gives you firsthand experience and gives you firsthand game film to work off of. There's not going to be, Eisenhower's not coming into this matchup surprised by what they see. Coach Penley is going to be able to scheme a little better. I think we see a better performance on the defensive side. And I also think that Cambridge Springs is going to have a more difficult time stopping Eisenhower's offense, because they've really kind of been clicking in recent weeks, definitely in the latter half of the season. And specifically Sean Pascuzzi has been just phenomenal, outside of a couple of games where Chris Bunk was out, but that has been a connection that has been key. And Chris Bunk has 10 touchdowns this year, and he only has 400 yards receiving. So that tells me when you get into the red zone, Chris Bunk is the way to go.
Yeah. And looking at a little bit of Cambridge Springs too, Blue Devils come in 10-1. The only loss they suffered this season against top-seeded Lakeview, in one of those situations where maybe the Sailors, turned tragedy into motivation. It was the week after 2 current students, 1 former student killed in a terrible car accident, and we're playing on a Thursday night, and just a lot of factors went into that. Lakeview held off Cambridge Springs for an emotional victory there to earn the top seed. And I know that by virtue of that victory, Lakeview got a bye last week. Cambridge Springs had to play Maplewood. They beat Maplewood 42-8 in the quarterfinals. But I know, talking to some coaches around District 10, the Cambridge Springs staff was not at all happy about having to play a week ago. They were really hoping for that bye. They've had some guys that have been banged up late in the season, wanted to get them an extra week of rest, but that did not happen. They had to play that game, and certainly took out some of that frustration on Maplewood. And I know, going all the way back to last year, we talk about that semifinal game. That's a game that Cambridge Springs felt was theirs to win, and they kind of let it slip away. And I think, again, you saw that early in the season, kind of took some of that frustration out against Eisenhower. Do they have some of that motivation left right now to punch their ticket to a District 10 championship game?
Oh, I'm sure there's numerous reasons for Cambridge Springs to be motivated. And on the flip side, there's reasons for Eisenhower to be motivated. They pulled off that win last year, and then they more or less get embarrassed earlier this season. And so they don't want to, at the very least, obviously everybody wants to walk away with a W, but at the very least, they do not want this to be a blowout again. They don't want to, lose 48-0. So I think both sides have their justification for being motivated. But as far as Cambridge Springs goes, you can get caught up in emotions too, and you start looking ahead. You beat Eisenhower 48-0. It's very difficult not to look past a team that you've already pretty much handled about as well as you can. So that's not so much a motivation thing. That's more of a focus aspect of it. So, and that's where we're at. It's playoff football, and that's what happens. You can get upset by an underdog because you're looking beyond that.
All right, with that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with our players to watch and keys to the game. This is the Hunter Station Golf Club pregame show, Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, there's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com. With locations in Chippenville and Tonesta, Tonesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tonesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tonestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Located at 229 Liberty Street in downtown Warren, Freedom Investment Management Group has a passion for helping people manage and preserve their wealth. Partners Rob Maring and Dave Close, along with all the professionals at Freedom Investment Management Group, are committed to providing the highest level of service to our clients. Every member of our team is experienced, educated, and passionate. We intentionally maintain a low client-to-team member ratio so that we can consistently deliver concierge-like service. Simply put, we are not like many other wealth management firms. Come experience the difference. Visit us online at freedomwealthcoach.com.
Have a fender bender? We can mend her at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years. And welcome back to Carter Field here at Titusville, about 6 minutes away from kickoff this District 10 Class 1A semifinal. Cambridge Springs against Eisenhower. Cambridge Springs comes in the number 2 seed in Class 1A. Eisenhower the 3 seed. Blue Devils are 10-1 on the year. Knights are 8-3. And now, Cody, let's take a look at our Icy Ink and Warren players to watch. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy. Visit them online, icyink.com. That's ICYYink.com.
For Eisenhower, it's got to be Tucker Lindell. He had himself a game last week, and asking him to repeat that is a tall order, but that's when your big time players need to play at an elite level, and Lindell needs to step up needs to be step one in changing the outcome of this game from earlier this season. On the Cambridge Springs side, it's Brett Kenya. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing all year, and if he's able to help the Devils establish the run, control the tempo of the game, it's going to be very difficult for the Knights to pull this one off.
Those are our Icy Ink and Warren players to watch. Again, let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool. Wear icyink.com. And you talked about Brett Kenya and what he's done all year. He's only run for 1,167 yards and 18 touchdowns on 141 carries. But he's far from the only one carrying the ball. They've got 3 other players, Josh Gordon, Preston Gordon, and Jordan Washington, all over 500 yards on the ground. Quarterback Morgan Appleby, 737 yards, 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions through the air. Preston Gordon, the top receiver, 324 yards and 6 of those 8 touchdowns.
Cambridge Springs has outran Eisenhower by 298 yards on almost identical carries. Brett Kenya makes up 40% of those rushing yards and 37% of their touchdowns on the ground.
And so we're just seeing the coin toss there. Cambridge Springs won the toss, elected to defer. So Eisenhower will get the ball to start here about 4 minutes away from the opening kickoff. At least we think, we hope that they're going to keep this time going the way they're supposed to. But let's take a look now quickly at our Warren County Visitors Bureau keys to the game. Find your adventure, find your peace in Warren County at the Warren County Visitors Bureau, wcvb.net/events. And actually, we're going to put a pause on that as we stand and honor America on this Veterans Day with the national anthem. And I apologize if that wasn't able to come through on the broadcast. The Cambridge Springs marching band all the way on the opposite side of the field from our position. So I apologize for that. But now, Cody, let's take a look at our Warren County Visitors Bureau keys to the game.
For Eisenhower has to find a way to contain Cambridge Springs' running back Brett Kenya and the Devils' running game in a whole to both allow their offense opportunities with decent field position and to obviously avoid going down early as they have in the past. On the Cambridge Springs side, they got to zero in on Tucker Lindell and Chris Bunk. The pair are the 2 biggest weapons for quarterback Pascuzzi, so shutting them down can effectively shut down the Ike offense.
All right, those are our Warren County Visitors Bureau keys to the game. Again, visit them online, wcvb.net/events. And taking a quick look, you mentioned, Tucker Lindell, Logan Penley, really kind of making that Eisenhower ground game go this year. Really balanced between the 2 of them. Penley has more carries, 127 to Lindell's 115, but Lindell's got more yards, 817 to 790, and more touchdowns, 15 to 5. Sean Pascuzzi also chipping in there, 81 carries, 594 yards, and 6 touchdowns on the ground. That goes along with his 814 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions passing.
Funny you mentioned that because I have this written down here. Pascuzzi, he adds a different element on the ground compared to Morgan Appleby, who really hasn't had to run a lot. He's got 34 carries, 54 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So Sean Pascuzzi is a little different type of quarterback, even though their passing stats are very similar. Pascuzzi is able to scramble and move the chains on the ground.
And again, like you mentioned, the top receiving threat for the Knights, Chris Bunk, 23 receptions, 401 yards, 10 touchdowns. Derek Childs and Cameron Jacobzak each with 8 receptions. Childs has 100 yards, Jacobzak 84 yards. And so that'll do it for the Hunter Station Golf Club pregame show. Our first quarter tonight is brought to you by Elwood National Forge. It's never too soon nor too late to set another goal or dream another dream. If now is the time for you, Elwood National Forge can help. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com. And so again, Cambridge Springs will kick off to start. It will be number 23, Tristan Mazzadra, doing the kicking For the Blue Devils, back deep to receive is Sean Pascuzzi with Ryan Chambers and Logan Penley in front of him. And we are underway here. This District 10 Class 1A semifinal taken by Chambers at the 10. And he gets out to the 25. That's where the Knights will start.
Boy, Chambers went right after that too, and he's a little different running style than Pascuzzi. He's just got a lot of speed. Pascuzzi, he still kind of runs like a running back, like he was when he was a freshman. But Ryan Chambers, he's just got such quickness in there. If he's able to get past that first wave on a kickoff, he could go the distance.
So 1st and 10 for the Knights, and they might actually mark him at the 26, just in front of the 25-yard line there. First possession, Elwood National Forge, first quarter. And the first give is to Tucker Lindell, and he's through the line. The ball came out at the end, but he was very clearly down before the ball came out. You could see the ball came loose as soon as he hit it on the ground. So call that a 8-yard pickup for Lindell on first down, brings up a 2nd and 2. And that's exactly what Eisenhower is going to have to do throughout this game, Cody, is get those 5, 6, and 7-yard carries, especially on 1st and 2nd down.
Oh, absolutely, and get them early.
Chambers in motion. Pascuzzi looking to throw, looking for Childs down the sideline, and it is broken up by Nate Yonkin. Great defense there by Yonkin as the Knights were taking a shot early in this one. And Cody, I was down talking with our good friend Steve Younger before the opening kickoff here. We were watching some of the warm-ups, and let me tell you, Pascuzzi was dropping some dimes into the receiver's hands during warm-ups. So it'll be interesting to see if that continues here throughout the game.
I think, in previous games, it's taken him a little bit to warm up. If he'd be able to start off hot, that would be an element that I don't think we've seen this year.
And we've got a flag. I believe he got Cambridge Springs to jump off sides, and he did. So big Prime Fitness USA penalty there against the Blue Devils will give the Knights a Tionesta Builder Supply first down. And your workout never gets penalized when you use equipment from Prime Fitness USA, a family-owned and operated business in Franklin. To find out more about Prime, go to primefitnessusa.com. I want to let you know tonight's game is also being brought to you by Clarion Printing. Clarion Printing can take care of you no matter where you live. Find out more at clarionprinting.com. And so now it is 1st and 10. And Pascuzzi's going to keep it himself, weaving through traffic. Gets upended.
And that's that added element that Pascuzzi has where he's able to just pull it down and have designed runs. And he doesn't need to, break, kind of like you were saying with Tucker Lindell. He doesn't need to have a 25-yard run. Just keep that ball moving. Keep that drive alive.
3 yards on the first down carry for Pascuzzi. We'll make it 2nd down and 7. Pascuzzi back under center now since Chambers in motion. And to give it to Lindell. And Lindell is into the secondary and pushing the pile now. And he's out across midfield. It is a Tionesta Builder Supply first down for Tucker Lindell. Looks like an 11-yard pickup. And this drive being built by Tionesta Builder Supply with locations in Chippenville and Tionesta, online at tionestabuilders.us. Knights now in Blue Devils territory. Pascuzzi, empty backfield. 3 receivers to his right. He swings it out to Lindell, but it goes through his hands.
That's behind.
And now they're gonna say it's incomplete. I think he threw that forward. It was close, but that came forward from Pascuzzi to Lindell. So incomplete pass on first down.
I like the aspect of trying to put passes in there, but I think it only benefits if you're passing downfield and you're able to spread that defense out and push them back so that opens up running lanes for Penley and Lindell.
Second down and 10 at the Cambridge Springs 48. Toss to Penley. And Penley trying to find some space off left tackle, but not much there. Brought down by a number of Blue Devils. I see Mazadra and Josh Gordon in the pile. And Penley only got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's third down and 10. Cameron Jacobzak split out to the far side on this third down play. And Pascuzzi keeps it himself. He faked everybody out. Sean Pascuzzi, a whole lot of space to run. It pitches to Penley, who can't hold on to it.
They got lucky that fumbled right out of bounds, but very dangerous pitch, but good idea. I mean, had Penley been able to hold on to that, there really wasn't anybody in front of him.
But regardless, it's a big play for the Eisenhower offense, and Pascuzzi had everybody biting on the fake. That's that zone read RPO style fake, and he pulled that thing out so late, had a lot of space in front of him for a 25-yard pickup down to the Cambridge Springs 23. And another tie Nesta Builder Supply first down for Eisenhower. Opening possession. Elwood National Forge first quarter, and this time he gives to Lindell, and he's met after a gain of 3. And a whole lot of Blue Devils in on that tackle. And essentially that whole right side of their defensive line, and I think both linebackers over there. But the Knights now are entering the Pizza Hut red zone. Still time for you to order a fresh hot pizza today online at pizzahut.com, where no one out pizzas the Hut.
And that's such a interesting thing to watch unfold, though. Their offense complements each play complements and sets up the next play.
Kellogg in motion, and give is to Lindell. Going to try left tackle again, and still another short gain.
But, it is another short gain, but they're in 4-down territory right now. We know how Penley runs this offense. So, if you can just pick up a couple of yards, now you're, short, you're 3rd and 5, but really you got 2 downs to gain that 5 yards.
3-yard gain for Lindell takes it down to the 17. And here's the other thing, Cody, is, this is the first possession of the game, and the Knights are 30 seconds away from taking 5 minutes off this Elwood National Forge first quarter clock.
That's the best defense you can have, is to keep their key weapons off the field.
3rd and 5. Pascuzzi gives to Lindell. He picks his way through and then is spun around. It's going to be close, but I don't think he's quite there. And no, they do. He does have enough. Another tie Nesta Builder Supply first down for the Knights. They are now at the Cambridge Springs 12.
4 first downs on this drive.
1st and 10 from the 12, so they can pick up another first down without getting into the end zone. Jacobzak split out far side. Chambers in motion. Pascuzzi going to keep it himself right up the gut.
That's good. Keep that threat alive, that at any given moment Pascuzzi can keep that ball and take it himself.
Another 3-yard gain there. Takes it down inside the 10 to the 9. And again, this is the first possession of the ball game, and Eisenhower is going to have hold it by the time they snap this ball for 6 minutes.
6 minutes, 9 carries, 61 yards. It's all been on the ground this drive.
And Pascuzzi gives it to Lindell, and he's met immediately. That was number 67, Zeke Carson, in on the stop for Cambridge Springs. And a big stop there as it's now 3rd and 8. We talk about this being 4-down territory, but you're also in a position, Cody, where you're essentially kicking an extra point. You cannot come up empty on a drive like this.
No, and they have a kicker that can certainly make these kicks from this distance.
A big third down here, 3rd and 7 now. They say the ball's on the 8-yard line.
And that's a key, that's a key point, Brian, is a turnover here would just be.
Pascuzzi in the gun, going to keep it himself. Picks up a block. Sean Pascuzzi is in for the Eisenhower touchdown. And what an opening possession for Eisenhower. They go 74 yards and chew up nearly 7 minutes of game clock.
Yeah, I mean, if you could have scripted out the perfect drive to start the game with, this is exactly what the Knights needed.
Cole Kellogg in to attempt the extra point. High snap, but Chris Bunk gets it down, and Kellogg puts it up and through. 5:15 to play. Elwood National Forge first quarter. Eisenhower 7, Cambridge Springs nothing. We'll be back. More Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
This is Chris Rossetti from the YDL Sports Network, and I want to take a moment to tell you about my friend Paul Burdick. Paul is the Dean of District 9 Photography, and he is here to serve your needs with action photos, team photos, and so much more. Paul has shot everything from Little League through the pros and is a regular at PIAA championship events and Penn State football. Find out more or buy a photo at pburdick.smugmug.com. Are you looking for an upcoming, young, energetic photographer to shoot your team or individual athlete? Then contact Anima TV today at 814-594-5783. Anna's work has been used in many publications over the last few years, including right here on the YDL Sports Network. Find out more at animatvphotography.com.
Sean Pascuzzi with an 8-yard run on 3rd down puts Eisenhower in front 7-0. Knights took possession from the opening kickoff, marched 76 yards, and chewed up 6 minutes and 45 seconds of game clock on that scoring drive. And Cole Kellogg getting set to kick it away. Cambridge Springs going to possess for the first time. Kenya and Preston Gorton back to receive. And it is a short kick. And Brett Kenya is going to field it at the 14. Gets out to the sideline and then is tripped up right around the 30. And they're going to mark him out. So yeah, he actually stayed in bounds throughout that trip. Oh, now they're going to bring it back to the 34, but still he got tripped up at the 30 and then didn't land out of bounds until almost the 34.
That's what athletes do, Brian. It's certainly not myself.
So, first possession of the game for Cambridge Springs comes with 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the Elwood National Forge first quarter. And we'll see how the Blue Devils respond to that scoring drive by the Knights. And they give to the up man, and that is Josh Gorton on the carry. And a solid gain on first down for Gorton out to the 41. So 7-yard gain for Gorton on first down makes it 2nd down and 3. Appleby now in the gun. And he gives, we've got a whistle and a flag down, and they're going to say the Knights were offside. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone, apparently. And so that is a Prime Fitness USA penalty against the Knights, and that will give Cambridge Springs a Tie Nesta Builder Supply first down.
Brian, that's an area that Eisenhower struggled with in the past. Crucial, not just crucial penalties, but accumulating penalties and drive-ending penalties. This is not a game they're going to be able to afford too many of those. 1st and 10 at their own 46 are the Blue Devils. Appleby sends Hoover in motion, gives to Kenya. And Kenya is into the secondary, picks up a block, and he's down. Got another Tie Nesta Builder Supply first down into Eisenhower territory at the Knights 39. And this drive being built by Tie Nesta Builder Supply with locations at Chippenville and Tie Nesta, online at tienestabuilders.us. And so just a couple of plays and already Cambridge Springs into Eisenhower territory. And that's why it's such a key for Eisenhower to have those long drives and have them end with points.
And the pitch to Gorton. Tried to get to the sideline there. It is run out of bounds. Looked like by Caleb Jacobzak. After a 6-yard pickup, makes it 2nd down and 4. That was, I should clarify, that was Preston Gorton. Preston wears number 14. Josh wears number 22. 2nd and 4. Hoover in motion again. Give is to Kenya, right off left tackle, and he's got all kinds of room in front of him. And he's got another Ty Nesta Builder Supply 1st down out near the 15. And the Blue Devils are in the Pizza Hut red zone at the 17-yard line, trying to answer the opening drive touchdown by Eisenhower. Under 3 minutes to play, Elwood National Forge 1st quarter. Preston Gorton, he's got a hole. Diving for the end zone. Did he get there? Yes, he did. That's a touchdown. Preston Gorton, 17 yards for the Blue Devils.
Just like that, the Blue Devils answer.
Took about 2.5 minutes for Cambridge Springs to march down the field. And the Blue Devils lining up to go for 2. Just direct snap to Mazadra. He reaches in and gets the conversion. 2:45 to play. Elwood National Forge 1st quarter. Cambridge Springs 8. Eisenhower 7. We'll be back more Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network.
Introducing the Zip Zap Car Wash at Rocket Detailing in North Warren next to the movie theater. Keep your car clean and salt-free this winter by visiting us for a thorough hand wash done by actual humans. With individual washes ranging from $5 to $29, we have washes for everybody. If the Zip Zap sign is on, stop in. The Zip Zap Car Wash at Rocket Detailing, 4160 Market Street in North Warren.
Preston Gorton with a 17-yard run. And then Tristan Mazadra with the 2-point conversion has put Cambridge Springs in front 8-7 over Eisenhower. 2:45 to play. Elwood National Forge 1st quarter. It's never too soon nor too late to set another goal or dream another dream. If now is the time for you, Elwood National Forge can help with multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from. Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay, and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com. Kick is deep, and it's fielded by Chambers at the 15. And Chambers trying to escape, and Gorton wraps him up at the 25, maybe the 26, which is exactly where Eisenhower started with its first possession.
And you know, Brian, you had mentioned how quickly Cambridge Springs was able to go down that field. Brett Kenya, you know, he had carries of 15, 17, and then that 17-yard touchdown as well. He's got 3 carries for 49 yards already. So it's already, you know, Eisenhower's already seen how quick they can strike. So having another 6+ minute drive that can end in points is going to be such a huge benefit for the Knights staying in this ball game.
And first down give is to Logan Penley. He picks his way through the right side and gets out close to first down yardage. Looks like maybe an 8-yard pickup there for Penley. Out to the 34. So again, 8 yards for Penley on first down makes it a 2nd and 2. And again, Cody, those are the kind of things that, you know, you hear coaches talk about all the time: staying on schedule, staying on schedule, staying on schedule. 8 yards on first down is a great way to stay on schedule.
Yeah, absolutely.
2nd and 2 for the Knights. Give is to Lindell. He's trying to pick his way through, but gonna only get maybe a yard there. The defensive line for Cambridge Springs held firm. We'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. Nose of the ball right on the 35-yard line. I don't think they need to get quite a full yard either. I'm trying to see where the chain is here as it's right in front of us. It's not quite at the 36.
This is where you might see a Pascuzzi keeper or a quick pass to Jacobzak.
Toss instead to Penley, and he's hit right at the 35. Big stop there by Mazadra.
Yeah, it looked like for a minute that Penley was going to have a clean running lane, and then Mazadra just blew through there and blew him up at the 35.
No gain, and Cambridge Springs forces an Eisenhower punt, Pascuzzi to punt, and it will be Preston Gorton back to receive. So big stop there by the Blue Devils defense. Pascuzzi gets the kick away. And it's going to take an Eisenhower bounce. Gorton fields it at the 30, makes a man miss, and then is hit and dropped at the 40-yard line. Caleb Jacobzak, what a hit in punt coverage.
It is not easy to make an open field tackle, but it is certainly difficult to make an open field tackle like that. That was perfect.
We're going to step aside for 15 seconds. Allegheny Grill and Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Give is to Kenya, and he's stopped up in the backfield. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. So he does get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain there. Ball is at the Cambridge Springs 39-yard line. We'll see if the Blue Devils want to run another play or if they're just going to let the first quarter clock expire. And we've got the officials are calling for a stoppage now. And it looks like they're asking for more time to be put on the clock. And interesting, they just took the game clock, the official game clock, up to 25 seconds and then wound the clock.
That drive started with 37 seconds, and that play certainly wasn't 20-something seconds long.
And so now Appleby sends Mazadra will shift back. And give right through the middle is Gorton, and he's hit and stopped. Again, that was Cole Kellogg on the stop, but a good gain for Gorton out to the 44, 5-yard pickup. And that will do it for the Elwood National Forge first quarter. When we come back, it'll be 3rd and 5 for Cambridge Springs. It's Allegheny Grill and Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Welcome back to Carter Field here in Titusville. Just about set to start the Warren General Hospital second quarter, District 10 Class 1A semifinal. Eisenhower and Cambridge Springs. Blue Devils lead the Knights 8-7. Blue Devils facing a 3rd down and 5 at their own 44. Give and tripped up in the backfield is Josh Gorton. Derek Childs came flying into the backfield, trips up Josh Gorton for no gain. And now it is 4th down and a big stop by the Eisenhower defense. And we've got a flag. See what the call is here. This is a big one, depending on who it's against. It is against Cambridge Springs. I couldn't see what the signal was, but they are going to back up 5 yards. So it'll still be 4th down. So 4th down and 10. And the punt is away. Pascuzzi fields it at the 30. And he is hit and tackled immediately by Brandon Hoover. Good open field tackling so far by both teams. Caleb Jacobzak on the previous punt and Hoover on this one. And now Eisenhower will take over at its own 34, trailing 8-7. Early going of the Warren General Hospital second quarter. Pascuzzi under center. Gives to Lindell. And Lindell gonna get out to, looks like about the 37. So another 3-yard pickup there for Lindell. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 for the Knights.
So far, Lindell with 8 carries, 32 yards.
Chambers goes in motion. And Pascuzzi keeps it himself, now pitches to Penley. Penley picks up a block and is across midfield.
Actually did that. That was nice by Penley to do that spin move, and it kept him in bounds, and he was able to get a couple extra yards over to the, looks like just about the 45.
So they're going to mark him down at the Cambridge Springs 46, but that is a Ty Nestor Builder Supply 1st down for the Knights. And Eisenhower now back into Cambridge Springs territory. Give to, no, it's a pitch out to Penley again, this time on the right side, and he got tripped up by his own man, but there's a flag down. I think Chambers going to get called for a hold. Let's see what the flag is.
8-yard line. See what the penalty is now.
And again, unfortunately, the official, because we're on the visitor side, it is a hold. Prime Fitness USA penalty against the Knights, but it's a hold from the spot, so they'll back them up to right to midfield. So they'll replay 1st down, and it'll end up being a 1st down and 13 now for Eisenhower right at midfield. Chambers in motion. Toss to Penley. And nice play there by 67. Zeke Carson for Cambridge Springs just shed the block that Lindell attempted to give and made the tackle. Loss of a yard on the play will make it 2nd and 14. And so after the good start to this this series, Knights now have gone backwards thanks to a penalty and a great play by Carson.
Chris Bunk's been pretty quiet this first quarter or first half.
And Pascuzzi using the hard count. He's looking to throw, has some time, steps up, and now he's going to spin away from a tackle, and then he throws the ball away, but I think they're going to rule him down before he threw it in the grasp there. And a lot of Blue Devils wrapping up Pascuzzi there, but it is a big loss down to the 43. Eisenhower needs to get to the Cambridge Springs 36. For this first down, it's 3rd and 21. And that is, Cody, I think what the call a coverage sack there. Just nowhere for Pascuzzi to go with that football.
Yeah, there was a brief moment where Jacob Zach was open, but other than that, Devils were on him.
Play action, steps up, fires down the field looking for Bunk. It's well underthrown and incomplete. And Eisenhower faithful were hoping for a flag there, but that ball well underthrown.
It was well underthrown, and I think the contact was it was definitely an unintentional. They were both going for the ball. And, you know, it always looks worse than what it is when the receiver falls down, kind of rolls over a little bit.
So 4th and 21, Pascuzzi on to punt. Gorton back to receive. A little line drive punt. Gorton, fields it at the 30, escapes a tackle, gets out across the 40 to the 41, maybe the 42. And we're going to step aside for 15 seconds. We'll be right back.
Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising for the 21st century. Nothing to sell, nothing to hand out, nothing to do other than shop like you normally do. Have everybody that you know download the Tap and Pay Plus fundraising app and use it to pay at any of our 300 plus national brand partners. Then watch the money roll in. Learn more at tapandpayplus.com.
Cambridge Springs has it 1st and 10 at its own 42. Give is to Kenya, and flying into the backfield, Caleb Jacobzak. Or excuse me, that was Josh Gorton on the carry, not Kenya. That was 22, not 32. But regardless, it was Jacobzak in, dropping Gorton for, looks like a 3-yard loss. Makes it 2nd down and 13 for Cambridge Springs. As we're under 8 minutes to play, the Warren General Hospital second quarter from Carter Field here in Titusville. Brian Hagberg, Cody Elms, with you on the YDL Sports Network. And now the give is to Kenya. He picks his way through, and Derek Childs holding on to an ankle for dear life there as Kenya gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, you know, watching Childs make that tackle, this is some way that Eisenhower is certainly playing better tonight than I've seen them in some previous games. They don't have a lot of missed tackles, and Brett Kenya certainly is able to slip out of tackles, but I think so far here in the first half, they've done a good job of open field tackles and wrapping up and just getting guys down and not giving up big plays that way.
3rd and 10 for the Blue Devils. Appleby in the gun. He's going to throw. First pass attempt for Cambridge Springs. Has a man and then is blown up. And Kellogg better be careful. He doesn't get called for a taunting penalty there. There's a flag in the backfield, though, as Appleby was looking for Daniel Brown. Or, excuse me, that was a 13 Hoover, not 3. Let's see what the flag is in the backfield. It is against Cambridge Springs, and it is declined. We'll make it 4th down and 10. And Hoover was trying to reach back and corral that pass in, and Cole Kellogg said, not today.
Had Kellogg not been there, I think that Hoover would have been able to pull that in. He kind of tipped it to himself a little bit, and then Kellogg obviously with a statement breakup.
So Blue Devils now in punt formation. Gagnon gets a kick away. It's a good one. Well over Pascuzzi's head. He's going to let it bounce. Takes a Cambridge Springs bounce down to the 20. Good kick there. And the Knights are going to have to go 80 yards to retake the lead here. 6:47 to play. Warren General Hospital second quarter.
So Eisenhower was able to put together a 76-yard drive on their first drive of the game. Since then, it hasn't really been that much. But, knowing that they've done it before certainly gives Penley confidence that they can do it again.
And give is to Lindell, and he's met immediately by a host of Blue Devils. And Zeke Carson again leading the charge there for Cambridge Springs. They're going to give Lindell a yard on that carry. So it'll be second down and 9.
9 carries, 33 yards for Tucker Lindell so far.
Chambers goes in motion. Fake to Lindell. Pascuzzi's got it. And he thought about the pitch and maybe should have. He gets hit and taken down by Preston Gorton.
I think he thought Preston Gorton was going to bite on a fake, and he did not. He stayed home, and Pascuzzi more or less ran right into him.
4 yards for Pascuzzi there on second down, brings up a 3rd and 5. And this has turned into a defensive battle, Cody. Both teams scored on their opening possession, and neither team's come particularly close since. 3rd and 5 for the Knights. Play action to Penley. Pass out to Lindell, and it's broken up and intercepted by Josh Gorton. And Josh Gorton is going to get run out of bounds inside the 5. Big play by the Cambridge Springs defense. Lindell appeared to have that ball in, was likely going to pick up the first down, and then absorbed a hit. The ball came loose, and Josh Gorton right on the spot, Johnny on the spot there, came away with the interception, and now Cambridge Springs has a golden opportunity to extend its lead. 1st and goal at the Eisenhower 5. The Blue Devils are in the Pizza Hut red zone. Still time for you to order a fresh hot pizza today online at pizzahut.com, where no one outpizzas the Hut. Give is to Preston Gorton. He's hit in the backfield and spins away, but then other Knights are there to clean it up.
We saw, last week Eisenhower had a phenomenal goal line stand, and this is a moment where they need to do that again. Giving up points off of a turnover can be not just a bad when you're already down by a point, but it's such a momentum thing as well.
2nd and goal now from the 5. Now Appleby shifts the formation. Toss to Kenya. He's got space. There's a flag down. Kenya's stopped short, but there is a flag down. And initial indication looks like it's going to go against Cambridge Springs. Another Prime Fitness USA penalty. And it is a hold against the Blue Devils. Your workout never gets penalized when you use equipment from Prime Fitness USA, a family-owned and operated business in Franklin. To find out more about Prime, go to primefitnessusa.com. And so that penalty will take Cambridge Springs now out to the 15, where it'll be 2nd and goal. So Cambridge Springs goes from being within an eyelash of the goal line to now needing 15 yards. 2nd down and goal. Trying to capitalize on the interception. Appleby rolls out. He's got a man, and it's broken up by Pascuzzi. I'll tell you what, though, Cody, Appleby threw that short. He had a man open in the corner of the end zone if he'd have thrown that ball there.
Yeah, and they're typically a run-first team. They're a lot like Eisenhower. They're typically a run-first team. And so your quarterback doesn't get the reps in the game and isn't in a rhythm going through his reads. So more or less, if the first glimpse of open numbers or seemingly open numbers, typically they're going to fire the ball.
So now 3rd and goal from the 15. Appleby empties the backfield, is in the gun. Trips right, sends Hoover in motion. Quick pass Caught by Preston Gorton trying to weave his way through. He got tripped up by his own man, though.
Yeah, ran right into the back of Hoover.
Does pick up 5 yards to the 10, so it'll still be 4th down and goal. And again, this is, essentially an extra point if you've got a kicker. But Cambridge Springs going to go for it. And I think that shows supreme confidence in the way the Blue Devils defense has been playing.
Yeah, worst case scenario, Eisenhower has the ball at the 10-yard line.
Pitch to Preston Gorton. It's a halfback pass. Lots of contact in the end zone. No flags, and it goes incomplete. And the Eisenhower defense holds after the interception, aided in part by a big holding penalty. And now Eisenhower will take over 1st and 10 at its own 10-yard line. And just a reminder, Cambridge Springs won the toss, deferred to the second half, so the Blue Devils will get the ball to start the second half here. Give is to Tucker Lindell, and not much there for Lindell.
Yeah, they don't have to really run a 2-minute offense, but they certainly can't put together a 6-minute, 45-second drive. Eisenhower's going to have to go to the air or make big plays early on. The key right here is to get across the 50. Once you get across the 50, you got a little bit to work with, but I think you got to go in the air until you can get across midfield.
Less than 3 minutes to go. Warren General Hospital second quarter. Exceptional care, exceptionally close at Warren General Hospital, online at WGH.org. So no gain for Lindell on that first down carry, breaks it 2nd and 10. Toss to Penley. And Penley spins away from a tackle, still on his feet. And he's finally brought down, looks like around the 17, 18-yard line. We'll make it a 3rd and short either way. It is on the 18, so 3rd down and 2 after the 8-yard pickup for Penley.
Penley with 6 carries, 33 yards.
And Pascuzzi gives to Lindell. He's trying to fight his way for first down yardage. And it'll depend on the spot. The far side official has it right on the 20. The near side is a little bit shy, it looks like.
And that clock's still ticking. We're at 1:45 now.
And it is 4th down. And now they're going to stop the clock.
1:40 to go. First out, let's take a 30-second.
And that is because Cambridge Springs has taken an A&B heating timeout. Their first of the half will take it with them. Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
When you need a plumbing or heating contractor, A&B Heating is the one to call. You can rely on A&B Heating for services including AC repair, central air conditioning, furnace repair, hot water tank repair, drain cleaning, tankless water heater repair, and much more. A&B Heating has a team of insured, certified, and experienced technicians who are able to service all brands of heating and air conditioning units. Call 814-723-5670 or visit abheating.com to learn more.
Back here at Carter Field in Titusville, Eisenhower facing a 4th and inches really from just shy of its own 20 after a turnover on downs. Pascuzzi in to punt. And he gets it away. Preston Gorton takes it at the 48. And he's across the 35 down to the 34-yard line. So with 2 timeouts and just about 90 seconds to go, Cambridge Springs has an opportunity to score here again before the half.
Yeah, like you said, they get the ball back to start the second half. So this is a huge moment for the Eisenhower defense where they're going to have to step up again and make a play. And when you make those plays, you can sometimes force Cambridge Springs to make mistakes, like we saw on the last drive. You had a holding penalty. But your defense has to be aggressive and has to force them into errors.
Appleby in the gun has Kenya, the sidecar to his right, sends Hoover in motion. Pitch out to Kenya. And there's a flag down again. And another flag comes in at the end of the play. At least one of those is going to be a hold against Cambridge Springs. Another Prime Fitness USA penalty against the Blue Devils. And that is the call. It is a hold against Cambridge Springs. And so that will back them up 10 yards. And now it'll be first down from their own 43. So 1st and 20 now for the Blue Devils.
Just over a minute to go here in the first half.
And Appleby empties the backfield, trips right. Quick pass over Cameron Jacobsack and into the hands of Preston Gorton. And he's down to the 30, maybe the 29. So Gorton gets down to the 29, a 14-yard gain there on first down. And Cambridge Springs takes its second A&B heating timeout of the first half. Take a timeout to call A&B Heating at 814-723-5670 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. And Cody, under a minute to go, Warren General Hospital second quarter. Cambridge Springs now with a 2nd and 6 from the Eisenhower 29. Just one timeout left, but still plenty of time to try to put this ball in the end zone before the end of the first half.
Yeah, and I don't think that with that one timeout left, I don't think it's necessarily on Appleby to make this play. I think they have an opportunity, spread that defense out a little bit, make it look like a pass, and you have Kenya back there. But it's all about what they're thinking. If they can make this in a big play, but like I said, earlier, Appleby's really not in a rhythm. He does have a couple of completions, though, on his last 2 passes.
So here we go, 2nd and 6 for the Blue Devils. Fake passes caught again by Preston Gorton. And that is enough for the Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down. And Cambridge Springs not going to call the timeout here, and they go into the huddle as the clock is at 40 seconds. And you got to think, if you're Eisenhower, you're saying you got to tackle these guys inbounds, keep everything in the middle of the field. Don't give them an opportunity to run another play. Appleby in the gun, pitches to Kenya. And Kenya spun around and tackled at the 11. And now Cambridge Springs will take its final A&B heating timeout of the half. We'll take it with them. Be right back. Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Allegheny Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegheny Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegheny Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleghenyElectric.com.
Second down and 3 coming up for Cambridge Springs. They are out of timeouts here in the first half. Just a tick under 20 seconds to play. Blue Devils trying to punch this one in before halftime. They will get the ball to start the second half as well. Appleby, empty backfield. Look to throw quick. Now he's going to step up himself. Only gains a couple of yards. And now the Blue Devils are going to have to try to hurry to get back to the line. 10 seconds to go. And Appleby spikes. Officially 5.8 seconds left on the game clock, but it is now 4th down. We'll see now. Maybe Cambridge Springs are going to try a field goal here. No, they're going to send Appleby back out there.
And Appleby's been able to hit Gordon on a quick pass a couple of times on this series. We'll see if he can do so again here. As Kenya sidecar to his right, Twins right. Looking, under pressure, he throws, it's up, and broken up by Pat Scuzzi. And that is the end of the first half. We go to halftime. Cambridge Springs 8, Eisenhower 7. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with the Icy Inc. halftime show. It's Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyyyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear icy.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today. Dreyer Physical Therapy is now accepting new patients. Clinic Director Tessa Sager can help get you back in the game or on the job with flexible scheduling between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Dreyer Physical Therapy offers in-clinic and telehealth services, including manual therapy, injury prevention, return to performance, total joint replacement, concussion management, and vestibular rehabilitation. Call 814-273-2175 to schedule your appointment today so you can get back in the game.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyyyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear icy.
Located at 16 West Main Street in Youngsville, Cam's Logging Supplies and Outdoor Wear's goal is to provide customers in Warren County with logging supplies, boots, and clothing at a reasonable price and within a short distance from home. We also offer so much more, including indoor golf and axe throwing, games of chance, and local pool leagues. If there's something you want and we don't have it, let us know and we will be happy to try and find it for you. At Cam's, we also sell hunting and fishing licenses and look forward to serving you. Give us a call today at 814-688-3146. Stop in and see us or visit us online at camsloggingsupplies.com.
Welcome into the Icy Inc. halftime show from Carter Field in Titusville. At the half, Cambridge Springs 8, Eisenhower 7, District 10 Class 1A semifinal. Winner of this game will go on to the District 10 championship. We'll take on either Lakeview or Mercer. We'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard a little bit later in the halftime show. And for all your screen printing and embroidery needs, call Icy Inc. at 814-688-0034 or online at icyinc.com. That's icyyyinc.com. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear icy. Our halftime stats tonight are brought to you by the Brooks U.R. Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year Award.
Find out more at yourdailylocal.com/BHL award.
Thank you, Brian. In a defensive matchup, stats get pretty easy. Pascuzzi for the Knights, he's 0 for 3. Did throw an interception. In the running game for the Knights, Lindell is 11 for 35. Penley is 6 for 33, and Pascuzzi is 6 for 39 with a TD. So they are spreading the ball around in the run game for Eisenhower. Eisenhower does have 6 first downs and 15 yards off of 2 penalties. On the Cambridge Springs side, Appleby is 3 for 5 for 31 yards. Preston Gordon has all 3 of those receptions, 31 yards for him. Kenya has 5 carries for 41 yards. Gorton has 4 carries, 24 yards, and the touchdown, the Cambridge Springs only touchdown. Total yardage here comparison, Eisenhower 23 carries for 107 yards on the ground, and Cambridge Springs 13 carries for 70 yards on the ground. That is a big difference here in the first half. Also, penalties. Cambridge Springs has 4 penalties for 35 yards in the first half.
All right, those are our halftime stats. Again, brought to you by the Bricks. You are Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year Award. Find out more, yourdailylocal.com/BHL award. Let's take a look now at our very brief Warren General Hospital scoring summary. Exceptional care, exceptionally close at Warren General Hospital and online WGH.org.
Yeah, Brian, compared to some previous games, my job's been a little bit easier tonight. Keeping stats and track of the scoring, the drives and the scoring summary. Eisenhower scored first after a 6-minute and 45-second long drive, all of it on the ground, 11 carries, 70 yards. They had a little help from a 5-yard penalty. It ended with a 10-yard Pascuzzi keeper off of a couple of nice blocks on the near side of the field to put the Knights up 7-0 at the 5:15 mark in the first quarter. At 2:45 in the first quarter, it was Brett Kenya going 15 yards, then 17 yards, and then Preston Gorton runs 17 more yards for the touchdown to strike back very quickly. Mazadra had a 2-point conversion to put Cambridge Springs up by 1.
All right, that is our Warren General Hospital scoring summary. Exceptional care, exceptionally close at Warren General Hospital online, WGH.org. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with our out-of-town scoreboard and rehab center's halftime adjustments. This is Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today. Dreyer Physical Therapy is now accepting new patients. Clinic Director Tessa Sager can help get you back in the game or on the job with flexible scheduling between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Dreyer Physical Therapy offers in-clinic and telehealth services, including manual therapy, injury prevention, return to performance, total joint replacement, concussion management, and vestibular rehabilitation. Call 814-273-2175 to schedule your appointment today so you can get back in the game.
Welcome back to the Icy Ink halftime show from Carter Field in Titusville. Your halftime score, Cambridge Springs 8, Eisenhower 7, District 10, Class 1A semifinal. Now let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Tap and Pay Plus. Tap and Pay Plus is fundraising made easy. Earn more funds in less time with nothing to sell, hand out, or collect. Find out more at tapandpayplus.com. That's tap the letter N, payplus.com. Earlier today in Class 4A action, Meadville topped University Prep 22-18. In 5A, it was Cathedral Prep 63, Hollidaysburg 35. In our other
or excuse me, in 2A action, Mercyhurst Prep is leading Sharpsville 28-0 in the second quarter. Also in the second quarter, Farrell leads Wilmington 14-7. Tight ball game for the Steelers down there, as the Greyhounds giving them all they can handle right now. And then in the other Class 1A semifinal, Lakeview leading Mercer 21-0 at the half. Winner of this game will face the winner of that game for the District 10 championship next week. That is your out-of-town scoreboard. Again, brought to you by Tap and Pay Plus. Find out more, tapandpayplus.com. Now let's take a look at our rehab center's halftime adjustments. With 8 convenient locations to serve you online at therehabcenters.com. That's center spelled the old English way with an R-E-S. And Cody, what's your rehab center's halftime adjustments for these teams?
My initial reaction, Brian, was to say I wouldn't adjust anything. Both teams are playing very, very good defensive football, and the offenses aren't particularly playing bad. It's just the defenses are playing at such a high level. That being said, there's always room to do something different. And I think the first team that is able to really establish some strong passing game is going to be the team that runs away with this. You saw it a little bit with Appleby. Pascuzzi did throw that interception earlier, but I think the first team that's able to make some big plays in the air and make the other team's defense adjust and not play so heavily on the run is going to be the team that takes this.
Those are your rehab center's halftime adjustments. And, talking about halftime adjustments, I think it's interesting with about 5 minutes to go still yet on the halftime clock. Colt Kellogg for Eisenhower is out here warming up, doing some kicks. You saw Cambridge Springs late in the first half had a couple of opportunities deep in Eisenhower territory, chose to go for it on fourth down as opposed to attempt to kick a field goal here. And maybe this is one of those instances where, Eisenhower coach Jim Penley is saying, hey, this game could come down to, we need to make a kick. Go out there, get yourself loose, get yourself a good feel for, how far do we need to get to have you be comfortable kicking a field goal.
As well as these defenses have played, you got to kind of anticipate you might be able to get a turnover. And if you get it on the opponent's side of the field, you're already, as we've talked about Eisenhower, they're 4-down territory on the opposite side of the 50 every time. Mm-hmm. But, you're already closing in on Kellogg's field goal range. So it's a good idea to get him out here and get him warmed up.
And as I'm watching him warm up, he's teed at the 20. So this would be about a 35, 37-yard field goal from that distance. And he's got the leg, mm-hmm. but it's, a couple of them have gone, wide right. So just something to keep an eye on as the second half plays out. And, let's talk a little bit about this first half. It looked like, maybe this would be which defense could come up with a stop at some point, the way both these teams marched down the field on their opening possession. Both scored a touchdown the first time they had the ball, and then that's the only scoring that we've had in the first half. The defenses have really clamped down.
The defenses have clamped down, and then on the last 2 drives for Cambridge Springs, they had huge holding penalties that have pushed them back and probably changed, what they were planning on doing in those given situations. So, you got it when you have a matchup, when you have defenses playing this well and a score this close, there's no room for error. Eisenhower's interception certainly is probably their big key mistake in the first half. Penalties would be Cambridge Springs.
Yeah, and again, you look at the way these two teams played when they met back in week 2, and we talked about this a lot in the pregame, that this is maybe a little bit of a different Eisenhower team than what Cambridge Springs saw way back on September 1st, and it certainly has appeared that way here through the first half. And again, the Blue Devils have had opportunities deep in Eisenhower territory. The Knights defense, aided a couple of times, like you mentioned, by some big holding penalties. But they were also able to make some plays too. Pascuzzi comes up with a big pass breakup there on the final play of the first half. And, again, it's just you can't necessarily take what happened in the regular season, especially when it was 9 weeks ago, and say, well, that's the way this game is going to play out.
Oh, certainly. Yeah, I think a lot's changed. And, we were talking about Benji Bauer always seems to be that name we bring up. And I think Eisenhower has done a pretty good job of not trying to replace Benji Bauer, but replace aspects of Benji Bauer. Logan Penley certainly adds speed, and he's elusive, especially when he gets around the outside. Tucker Lindell has a little bit of strength. He's not quite as forceful as Bauer was, but he's still got that power in the middle of the field. So they're able to go back and forth between the two. And then every once in a while, we have not seen it in the first half. Every once in a while, you get a Ryan Chambers or somebody coming around, Ryan Chambers, or we've seen Kellogg do it, coming around the end. I would not be surprised if we see that on Eisenhower's first drive here in the second half.
Did it surprise you that they didn't try to run that little counter play like you mentioned with Kellogg or Chambers at all in the first half?
It really did. Another play they haven't ran that we've commonly seen is they tried a quick pass. It was not successful, but usually they have 2 or 3 screens to Tucker Lindell, typically in the middle of the field. So again, that might be something else that we see that Penley was trying to keep in his back pocket for the second half.
And on the flip side for Cambridge Springs, I mean, they haven't had to go to the air often, but when they have throughout the season, Appleby's been effective. He's 36 of 62 coming into this game, over 700 yards, but just 8 touchdowns on the year. And the way the Eisenhower defense is they're basically selling out against the run, and we saw Cambridge Springs take advantage of that a little bit with some of those quick passes to Gorton. But at what point, if you're Nate Liberty, do you have to say, hey, we need to take a shot down the field and try to get those linebackers and safeties to play back a little bit to open up the run?
Yeah, and that's what I was getting to earlier. And specifically the linebackers, if you can pull them back off the line of scrimmage just a couple of yards, that really gives your running back some opportunity once they get past that the trenches, so to speak, to really steal a term from the NFL, earn their pay. So I think the first team to really establish the pass is going to be the team that is able to run away with this. Pascuzzi has 48 more passes than Appleby this season. He has 5 more passing touchdowns than Appleby this season, but Appleby's completion percentage is just a little bit higher at 58 compared to Pascuzzi's 50 coming into tonight. So those 2 quarterbacks, outside of Pascuzzi's ability to run the ball, those 2 quarterbacks are very, very similar.
All right, that will do it for the Icy Inc. halftime show. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be just about ready to start the third quarter from Carter Field and Titusville District 10 Class 1A semifinal. It's Allegheny Grill and Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Located at 16 West Main Street in Youngsville, Cam's Logging Supplies and Outdoor Wear's goal is to provide customers in Warren County with logging supplies, boots, and clothing at a reasonable price and within a short distance from home. We also offer so much more, including indoor golf and axe throwing, games of chance, and local pool leagues. If there's something you want and we don't have it, let us know and we will be happy to try and find it for you. At Cam's, we also sell hunting and fishing licenses and look forward to serving you. Give us a call today at 814-688-3146. Stop in and see us or visit us online at camsloggingsupplies.com.
Dreyer Physical Therapy is now accepting new patients. Clinic Director Tessa Sager can help get you back in the game or on the job with flexible scheduling between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Dreyer Physical Therapy offers in-clinic and telehealth services, including manual therapy, injury prevention, return to performance, total joint replacement, concussion management, and vestibular rehabilitation. Call 814-273-2175 to schedule your appointment today so you can get back in the game. Welcome back to Carter Field in Titusville. Just about ready to start our third quarter District 10 Class 1A semifinal. Brian Hagberg, Cody Elms with you on the YDL Sports Network. I also want to say a special thank you to Chris Joblin, our cameraman tonight, doing great work as always, Chris. And thanks again for bringing that hot dog up here, making that aroma come through the press box. Appreciate that you didn't bring us one at all.
Well, made that mistake, though. I'm his ride home. So
you were his ride home.
I was his ride home. It is a long walk. Maybe he can make friends with some of these Eisenhower folks.
Well, if he needs to travel the county, he can do that at the Warren County Visitors Bureau. Plan your visit to Warren County with the Warren County Visitors Bureau at wcvb.net/events. Find your adventure, find your peace in Warren County. Cambridge Springs will get the ball to start the second half. Colt Kellogg will be doing the kicking for the Knights. Back deep are Kenya and Preston Gordon for the Blue Devils, though they've got 9 of their 11 men within 20 yards of the line of scrimmage, fully anticipating the squib kick here from Kellogg.
That was another thing I was thinking about earlier when we were talking about the screen pass. We haven't seen any of the squib kicking yet. Of course, Eisenhower hasn't really had to kick the ball much, but
only one kickoff.
Only one kickoff, but I would be surprised if we see it here.
This is a big possession to start the second half, and Kellogg does squib it. It hits the up man, and he wisely falls right down. That was Hoover,
and that's why I've gone back and forth on this squib kick with Eisenhower for years. That's why I don't like it, because you just gave him the ball at the 46-yard line on a huge drive to start the second half.
Really, if Cambridge Springs is able to go down the field and score here, that puts a ton of pressure on the Eisenhower offense to answer. So Blue Devils have it 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Eisenhower playing run, very obviously.
And they give it to Preston Gordon, and he's upended by Chambers at the just shy of, within an eyelash of midfield. They're going to put the nose of the ball right on the 50. And we've got a stoppage here. I'm not sure why we've got both teams are now being called to midfield.
It might have been some
extra chatter. Yeah.
But there was a little bit of a.
And it's Lindell and Mazadra shake hands at mid. It's almost like they redid the coin toss here for a second. Not sure what that discussion was about, but
that's the way to handle it. That's being proactive by the officials, not letting things get out of control, or at least attempting to try not to let things get out of control in a very tight ball game.
So 2nd down and 5 now for the Blue Devils. And we're going to have a flag. I think somebody moved early. It is a false start against Cambridge Springs. Prime Fitness USA penalty against the Blue Devils. Your workout never gets penalized when you use equipment from Prime Fitness USA, a family-owned and operated business in Franklin. To find out more about Prime, go to primefitnessusa.com. And so now it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd down, about 11.
As the ball is now on the Cambridge Springs 45.
40 yards in penalties for Cambridge Springs.
Opening possession of the Warren County Visitors Bureau 3rd quarter. Appleby in the gun, pitches out to Kenya. Jacobzak right there and runs him down. And a flag comes out late. Couple of flags. And then that's some of maybe that extracurricular activity we were talking about.
And the way that Eisenhower is celebrating it figures that it's going to be something on Cambridge Springs.
A long discussion between the officials. There's 2 flags, though, came out. So this also could very well be offsetting here.
But you got to think, you got to understand the frustration right now. Cambridge Springs won 48-0 in the first matchup. And tonight, offensively, they ran all over them in the first game.
It is a dead ball personal foul against Cambridge Springs. Huge Prime Fitness USA penalty against the Blue Devils. And that's going to back them up another 15 yards. They're going to go all the way back to their own 30-yard line now. So it's now going to be 3rd down and 25 because that penalty came after the play was over. So it is 3rd down and 25 now. Appleby empties the backfield, looks to throw, has time, looking for a man, and is caught. They get the penalty yardage back. Caught there by number 3, Daniel Brown. Now, this is interesting. The stick has it as 4th down. No, now they've changed it on the scoreboard. So it is 4th down and 12. And I think Cambridge Springs now wants clarification that it is 4th down. Because the scoreboard on the last play, Cody, still listed it as 2nd down, even though the down marker on the field said it was 3rd. And so now Cambridge Springs sends out the punting unit. Pascuzzi back deep to receive. Kenya kicks, and it's a good one again. Backs Pascuzzi up to the 22. He splits some defenders and gets taken down at the 35.
That's a solid return by Pascuzzi, getting through those 2 defenders. Had he been just a split second later, he'd have been tackled almost where he caught that ball.
So big defensive stand aided by a couple of big penalties. 9:37 to play. Warren County Visitors Bureau, 3rd quarter. Eisenhower takes over at its own 35. And we've got a whistle. I think maybe the one of the officials was not quite in position yet, so they stop, reset the play clock, and now the Knights are ready, and the keeper by Pascuzzi pitches out to Penley.
He timed that one perfect.
Perfect timing on the pitch, and Penley's going to be close to a 1st down. It looks like he's going to be about a yard shy. And as you said, Cody, just perfect timing as Pascuzzi pitched that just before he got hit. Well, now they mark him at the 43, so it's an 8-yard pickup, makes it 2nd down and 2.
3rd quarter, playoff action, 211.7 FM.
Cambridge Springs with an 8-7 lead here. Early going of the Warren County Visitors Bureau 3rd quarter. District 10 Class 1A semifinal. And this time the give is to Lindell. He picks his way through, holds on to the ball. He's got enough for the Tionesta Builder Supply 1st down. He's going to be close to midfield. Big pile up there.
Once you get into a pile like that, just the only thing that has to be on your mind is holding on to that football.
Well, you could see somebody reached out and tried to grab it, and Lindell had to tuck it back in there, but he does, and it is a Tionesta Builder Supply 1st down, a 7-yard gain for Lindell out to midfield.
And if you remember, Brian, Tucker Lindell's first carry, when he came through the middle of the field, he was down, but he did lose that ball for a brief second when he hit the ground.
And we've got a stoppage and a flag. Maybe some early movement there, and it is a false start against the Knights. Prime Fitness USA penalty against Eisenhower will back them up 5 yards. And looking down at the sideline, and Knights coach Jim Penley wanting to know who it was that moved early.
Well, he doesn't want to see his team put themselves in a hole like Cambridge Springs has a couple of times, shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. And he has seen that. That can be a little bit of flashbacks for him, because he's seen that as recently just as, a couple of weeks ago.
So now it's 1st and 15. Twins to the near side. Fake to Lindell. Pitch out to Penley. He can't handle it. The ball's on the ground. And it looks like the Blue Devils are on it. And looks like Eisenhower was able to fall on it. Fortunate there for the Knights.
I don't know if he fell on it or went
that could
out of
have been
bounds.
disastrous. Well, he ends up with a loss of 2 there. Is now 2nd down and 17. And that option pitch has worked well for Eisenhower, but there's been a couple of times when Penley's had trouble
collecting it cleanly. Pascuzzi back to pass now. Looking, fires, looking for Chambers. He's got it. Caught. Ryan Chambers. Huge play for the Eisenhower passing offense inside the Cambridge Springs 30. Tionesta Builder Supply first down for the Knights at the Cambridge Springs 27. First real big play of the game for either team. Give now to Penley, and he's hit immediately, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Zeke Carson again on the stop for Cambridge Springs. He's had a big game defensively from his defensive end spot. So second down and 10 now for the Knights. Kellogg goes in motion. And we've got a whistle. I believe that's going to be another false start against Eisenhower. Or now the initial indication looked like they were pointing against Cambridge Springs, but it is against Eisenhower, so that'll make it second down and 15.
Dustin 5, their second penalty here in the second half. All right.
And so now it'll be second and 15 from the Cambridge Springs 32. You know, and again, Cody, this is where we talk about Cole Kellogg came out, was practicing, you know, those field goals in a 1-point game. If you get down inside the 20 and it's fourth down, that might not be an automatic go for it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he was out here.
And Lindell gets the carry. He's into the clear, and Tucker Lindell.
They're inside
down
the 20.
Inside the 20 now. Down to the 15. 17-yard gain for Tucker Lindell, and it's another Tionesta Builder Supply first down for the Knights. This drive being built by Tionesta Builder Supply with locations in Chippenville and Tionesta, online at tionestabuilders.us.
And see, now they're being at the 15-yard line, they're within Cole Kellogg field goal range. Now, if they choose to do that or not, it'll depend on how these next three plays go.
Right.
But they certainly are within Kellogg's field goal range from what we saw during halftime.
It becomes a decision if they run into a fourth down here. Kellogg goes in motion. Give is to Logan Penley off left tackle. We've got a flag down, though, as Penley is still going.
And that was a quick flag.
And it's all the way back here at the 15 on the near side.
Should be looking at offsides on a defense.
And it is an illegal shift against the Knights. So the third pre-snap penalty against the Knights on this drive. And that makes the decision, as we were talking about, you know, a potential field goal, makes it a little harder now with the ball at the 20. As the Knights are in the Pizza Hut red zone. Still time for you to order a fresh hot pizza today online at pizzahut.com, where no one out pizzas the Hut.
Yeah, at this point, if you're thinking field goal, you know, you're going to approach this a couple of different ways. If you're thinking first down, touchdown, you're going to throw some passes in here. If you're thinking field goal, you're just going to try to chip away at the yardage.
And there's the give to Chambers, and then he's hit right as he got to the line of scrimmage. That's the play that we were talking about. He got about 2 yards there before he was hit by Noah Moyer. So it'll be second down and 13, but that's that counter play, Cody, that we were talking about. They hadn't run all first half, and they tried to get Chambers with it there.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, Chambers, he's quick. He's a little elusive, but in the middle, you know, you're dealing with defensive linemen and linebackers. That's a tough spot for him to be. If he can't if he can't outmaneuver them, his ability to break through tackles, like say Tucker Lindell or even Sean Pascuzzi, puts him in a tough spot.
5 seconds on the play clock here for the Knights. Pascuzzi in the gun, and we've got a whistle. And Eisenhower is going to take an A&B heating timeout. Their first of the second half. We'll take it with them. This is Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Introducing the Zip Zap Car Wash at Rocket Detailing in North Warren, next to the movie theater. Keep your car clean and salt-free this winter by visiting us for a thorough hand wash done by actual humans. With individual washes ranging from $5 to $29, we have washes for everybody. If the Zip Zap sign is on, stop in. The Zip Zap Car Wash at Rocket Detailing, 4160 Market Street in North Warren.
Eisenhower facing a 2nd and 13 from the Cambridge Springs 18. Knights trailing the Blue Devils 8-7. 4:53 to play. Warren County Visitors Bureau, third quarter.
Brian, you want to know how similar these two teams are? Eisenhower's averaging 4.8 yards per carry. Cambridge Springs, 4.9 yards per carry.
So Pascuzzi in the gun now shifts Lindell to his left. Low snap. Pascuzzi picks it up. He's just going to keep it himself. Picks up a block. And Pascuzzi's in the clear. He's going to go for the Eisenhower touchdown. What a play by Sean Pascuzzi.
And that is his running back coming out in him because he powered through there. You wouldn't be able to, if he didn't have 7 on his jersey, you'd have thought that was Tucker Lindell running through there.
Well, and that all started, the snap was low. Pascuzzi had to pick it up off the ground and then turned what was potentially going to be a negative play into a huge touchdown run. Now, are you surprised, Cody, that they're sending Kellogg out to kick the extra point instead of going for 2 here?
No, take the sure points.
High snap, and Kellogg wisely waited for the Cambridge Springs defender before he kicked the ball, and it's up and good. And now 4:44 to play. Warren County Visitors Bureau, third quarter. Eisenhower leads Cambridge Springs 14-8. We'll be right back. Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Excellence, teamwork, responsibility. Those are the foundations on which Phoenix Centered Metals in Brockway is built. Phoenix is a Verischetti family-owned powder metal manufacturer committed to being an industry leader through excellence, innovation, and continuous improvement. Phoenix emphasizes employee teamwork as well as responsibility to the community. Like any team striving to be the best it can be, it knows that hard work and perseverance pay off.
18.
Sean Pascuzzi with an 18-yard touchdown run, and the Cole Kellogg extra point has Eisenhower in front of Cambridge Springs 14-8. 4:44 to play. Warren County Visitors Bureau, third quarter from Carter Field in Titusville. This District 10 Class 1A semifinal. Trip to the championship game on the line here. Knights looking to get back for the second straight year. They have just taken the lead. And now, how will the Blue Devils respond?
They responded well in the first half after Sean Pascuzzi ran in a score. We'll see if they can do the same thing here.
Kenya and Preston Gorton back deep to receive.
You know, that drive, again, almost took 5 minutes off the clock.
And Kellogg kicks it short, has some trouble with it, does Cambridge Springs, but then they fall on it at the 35. That was Josh Gordon on it. But so Cambridge Springs will have good field position to start.
The Knights with 30 rushes tonight, 157 yards on the ground so far.
So first down for Cambridge Springs at its own 35. Blue Devils trailing Eisenhower 14-8. And we're right here, right behind the Eisenhower faithful, and they are all kinds of fired up right now.
They traveled well, and they're amped up.
Pitch to Gordon. He fumbles it, falls on it, though, but it's going to be a loss. Or no, they're going to say that was one of those pitch passes, so it's incomplete. So they don't lose the yardage, but it is second down and 10. That's that little pitch pass that, those of us who are with us for a lot of the District 9 contests see from Red Bank Valley quite frequently. 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils. Appleby sends Hoover in motion. Pitches out to Kenya. Jacobzak there to run him down.
And they Eisenhower for the most part tonight has just shut Kenya down.
No gain. It's 3rd and 10. Outside of that first drive, really, it's been a tough road to hoe for this Cambridge Springs rushing attack that ran for almost 350 yards the first time these two teams met.
Yeah, with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, they're sitting at 73 rushing yards.
So 3rd down and 10. Now Appleby empties the backfield, twins right. And we've got a whistle and a A&B Heating timeout called by Cambridge Springs. You can take a timeout to call A&B Heating at 814-723-5670 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. We're going to stay right here through this timeout. And Cody, how critical is this 3rd down play coming up right here?
I think it's huge. I actually think it's bigger for Cambridge Springs than it certainly is for Eisenhower. It'd be nice for the Knights if they were able to stop them, but Cambridge Springs here, they go down now by a score, and then on the first carry they fumble. They're able to drop on it, and then Kenya's brought down at the line of scrimmage. I mean, this is huge. Eisenhower obviously has the momentum, but this is huge for Cambridge Springs staying in this ball game, and it's not like the offenses have been able to just run down the field. I mean, you've been given a few opportunities. They're sitting at the 35. This is good field position. I actually think it's such a key drive that if they get within a yard, they may consider going for it.
Yeah. All right, so it is 3rd and 10, 3:52 to play. Warren County Visitors Bureau, 3rd quarter. And now Appleby will have Josh Gorton with him as sidecar to his left. Appleby back to pass, looking, fires down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Gorton couldn't hang on to it.
Ryan Chambers was all over that.
So now it is 4th and 10, and it looks like Cambridge Springs going to send the punting unit on.
Well, and there's no reason not to. I mean, their defense on more drives than not has been able to stop Eisenhower.
Well, and a lot of that last scoring drive for Eisenhower was the big pass play from Pascuzzi to Chambers. Pascuzzi back to receive the Kenya punt. Kenya gets the kick away. And Pascuzzi is going to let it bounce. Takes a big Cambridge Springs bounce right to the 20. And that's where the Knights will take over. We're going to step aside for 15 seconds. Allegheny Grill at Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
All-American HQ in Shippenville is your gift headquarters no matter the occasion. All-American HQ always has the perfect gift for that loved one or friend. From engraved cutting boards and coffee mugs to personalized sports apparel, All-American HQ has you covered. At All-American HQ, they'll put almost anything on almost everything. AllAmericanHQ.com.
Back here at Carter Field in Titusville, 1st and 10 for Eisenhower from its own 20, leading Cambridge Springs 14-8, District 10 Class 1A semifinal. And Pascuzzi pitches out to Penley. He shakes a tackle and gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage. And again, both these defenses have played very, very well since those opening possessions.
Yeah, and that's why I think on that last drive, why it was so key for Eisenhower to get into the end zone, because they have not had a lot of opportunities on that side of the field.
2nd and 10 now for the Knights. As we are under 3 minutes to play, Warren County Visitors Bureau 3rd quarter. Pascuzzi in the gun has Lindell, the sidecar, to his left. High snap. Pascuzzi going to keep it himself. Spins away from one tackle, make it 2. And then Pascuzzi will fall forward for a gain of about 4. And Sean Pascuzzi right now kind of putting this offense on his back with the way he's been able to escape tackles. Did so on the touchdown run. Did so again there and make it a 3rd and 6.
He got 9 carries, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaging 6.7 yards per carry for the quarterback, Sean Pascuzzi.
So 3rd and 6. Knights are going to break the huddle with about 15 seconds left on the play clock. Cameron Jacobsack split to the far side. Pascuzzi in the gun again. Going to keep it himself again. Behind Lindell. But he's not going to get anywhere close to the first down. Gain maybe a yard. And the Blue Devils defense comes up with a big stop of its own. And again, the way Pascuzzi is kind of punted and the way Gorton has been able to field these punts, this really could turn into great field position again for the Blue Devils. Pascuzzi gets the kick away, and Gorton calls a fair catch. Kind of surprised there that Gorton called the fair catch at the 48.
I'm a little surprised, yeah, because he's had some good returns. But, you know, you don't want to make any mistakes. You don't want to give Eisenhower any gifts at this point. Trust your offense, trust your game plan. You know, you got plenty of time. It's still only a third quarter. That was a safe call. Had it been minute 33 left in the fourth, maybe he tries to return it and make a play and get better field position.
So 1st and 10 now for the Blue Devils from their own 48. Appleby in the gun sends Preston Gorton in motion. Give is to Josh Gorton. He picks his way through and then spins away from Pascuzzi. What a move by Gorton. And he's got enough for a Ty Nesta Builder Supply first down for the Blue Devils. And he's going to be marked out, looks like at the 31. It's a 21-yard gain on first down for Josh Gorton, his best run of the night. And that's exactly what Cambridge Springs needed to start this possession. Are now at the Eisenhower 31.
It's actually Cambridge Springs' longest carry as a team for the night.
And so Mazadra now, they're calling, looks like somebody's not on the field yet as Gorton comes back out. Appleby's under center, but you could see him and Mazadra both were gesticulating wildly to the sideline. Give is to Kenya, and he just tripped up by Derek Childs, and Childs stopped that from a big run to just about a 2-yard gain there for Kenya. Kenya might have been off to the races if he'd have been able to turn the corner.
Yeah, and that's, you know, when you got a running back like Kenya who's so talented, you know, your kind of your goal coming into the game is just to limit him, because you know at some point he's gonna get something, he's gonna break free. But those open field tackles like that, those one-on-ones, that's huge, because that's the most difficult part of trying to limit a skilled running back. And Eisenhower's done a phenomenal job tonight.
2nd and 8. Mazadra flips back into the power I. Give is to Josh Gorton, and he's going to gain a couple and then get stopped. And that will be the final play of the Warren County Visitors Bureau third quarter. We head to the fourth quarter, and then the flag comes out. Hold on. There's a flag down on the field. I'm going to say somebody must have said something that the official didn't like. But this could be a big call here, as it's going to be third down regardless for Cambridge Springs. We'll get set for the fourth quarter and be right back. Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Allegheny Electric Service of St. Mary's has been providing industrial and commercial electrical solutions for over 35 years. They offer complete design, build, installation, and maintenance of automated systems for a variety of industries. Allegheny Electric designs and installs wiring and lighting for any size project, big or small. And when you find yourself in a jam, they'll get your machine or facility back up and running in no time. Call Allegheny Electric Service at 814-781-1940 or visit AlleghenyElectric.com.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today. We are just about ready to start the fourth quarter from Carter Field in Titusville, District 10 Class 1A semifinal. Eisenhower 14, Cambridge Springs 8. And that late flag at the end of the third quarter was indeed against the Blue Devils, backed them up 15 yards. So they will now have a 3rd and 21 to start the Dreyer Physical Therapy fourth quarter. Now open at 40 Hatch Run Road in North Warren. Dreyer Physical Therapy can help you get back in the game or on the job. Call Clinic Director Tessa Sager at 814-273-2175 to schedule your appointment today so you can get off the sideline and back in the game.
And again, Brian, not condoning maybe some of this extracurricular stuff, but if you're Cambridge Springs, Brett Kenya, for instance, 24 carries, 134 yards in the first game. He has 8 carries for 42 yards tonight.
So 3rd and 21 for Cambridge Springs at the Eisenhower 42. Appleby back to pass. Fires down the sideline looking for Gordon, and it's broken up by Cole Kellogg.
And that pass was thrown more to Cole Kellogg than it was to Gordon.
So now it's 4th and 21, and at this point in the field, I think, the way your defense has been playing, you try to punt the ball away, pin them deep as Kenya's going back in punt formation.
I think you do because, as I said a little bit ago, more often than not, you're stopping this Eisenhower offense.
And again, we're on the in the press box on the Eisenhower fan side of the field, and they are fired up right now. Kenya gets the kick away. Pascuzzi lets it bounce, and that nearly hit Kellogg. Fortunate there for Kellogg.
Must have been yelling at him because Kellogg ducked at the last minute there. Not that was going to do much, but
Cambridge Springs downs the ball at the 10. And so, again, going to force the Knights to drive the length of the field. Now Eisenhower's going to the end of the field that Kellogg was out practicing those field goal kicks from, which, again, at a point now you're up 6. If you get down close to field goal range, you could put yourself up 9. I mean, you almost have to take that chance.
Absolutely.
And Pascuzzi keeps, tosses out to Penley. Penley's got the edge, and he's going to have enough for a Tionesta Builder Supply first down.
Another perfectly timed pitch by Penley on that option. And you saw Penley as he was getting that ball kind of fumbled it around a little bit, but he was able to pull it in before the Blue Devils defenders could get to him.
11-yard gain for Penley. Moves the Knights out of the shadow of their own goal line now at the 21. You can see that that vibration in our picture there is all coming from the Eisenhower stands. And Lindell flinched a little bit just before that ball was snapped. It's going to be a false start. Another Prime Fitness USA penalty against the Knights. Your workout never gets penalized when you use equipment from Prime Fitness USA, a family-owned and operated business in Franklin. To find out more about Prime, go to primefitnessusa.com. So now it'll be 1st and 15. And that was something that we saw on that scoring drive. They had, I think, 4 pre-snap penalties, were able to overcome that on the scoring drive. We'll see if they can do so here. 1st and 15 now from the 16. Give is to Lindell. No, Pascuzzi keeps again. Thought about pitching it late, and I think wisely that time just held on to it.
Fighting demons on that one. Yeah. He really wanted to toss that back to Penley.
Gets the penalty yardage back, though, so it's back out to the 21. We'll make it 2nd down and 10.
But you love to see that from Pascuzzi because he's just constantly got his eyes moving. He's trying to make a play. Even, we've seen a couple of poor snaps. The one, for instance, for the touchdown, he is constantly trying to turn bad situations into positive situations.
2nd down and 10. And the give is to Kellogg. Kellogg picks his way through and then is stopped up. The Eisenhower fans want a flag, but That was you could see the Cambridge Springs player was trying to hold up and just fell down. Wasn't a malicious hit there, but just a couple of yards there for Kellogg on that play will make it 3rd down and 8 from the 23. And again, another first down here for the Knights not only would allow them to bleed some more of this fourth quarter clock, but really force maybe some poor field position. Whereas if you're punting from right here, fake to Lindell, Pascuzzi trying to pick up a block. He's fighting his way, but
just couldn't.
And now a flag comes out late. That one's going to be against Cambridge Springs, and that's going to give a free first down to Eisenhower.
And you had him stopped there, and it was perfect defense. The defender did a good job, and they got to control themselves when the play is over.
You can see the defensive lineman threw, I believe that was J.J. Darr, got thrown down into the backfield at the end of the play. And that Prime Fitness USA penalty will indeed give the Knights of Tionesta Builder Supply first down. This drive being built by Tionesta Builder Supply with locations at Shippensville and Tionesta, online at tionestabuilders.us. And again, Cody, so now we're talking about even if the Blue Devils get a stop here, a punt will back them up more into their own territory. Give is to Lindell. No, he fakes. Now pitches out to Penley. Had to corral that one in, and Penley's got the sideline and is going to be knocked out of bounds close to midfield. But he's got enough for another Tionesta Builder Supply first down.
I give Sean Pascuzzi all the credit in the world for those fakes. He's faking us out. He's faking the defense out. I think sometimes he's even faking Penley out.
So it is another first down. And do you get the sense maybe, Cody, that Eisenhower can feel it a little bit?
They are playing like the favorite right now. They're playing like the team that won 48-0 in the first game.
They're playing like a team that's been to a pair of District 10 championship games over the last 4 years.
Yeah, and experience goes a long way at all levels.
Chambers in motion. Pascuzzi looking to throw, fires down the middle for Bunk, and it's caught by Chris Bunk. And Chris Bunk is going to go for the Eisenhower touchdown. What a chance by the Knights. They took a shot, and Pascuzzi finds Bunk for the 11th time this season on a touchdown pass. And there's a flag late. I think Eisenhower's going to get called for taunting here. But still, now the Knights have a 2-score lead. And the way their defense has been playing, Cambridge Springs is going to have to find an answer on this next possession.
Yeah, I mean, you got Sean Pascuzzi right now. He's just completed 2 passes out of 6 attempts, but those 2 passes have resulted in essentially 2 touchdowns. That Ryan Chambers one resulted in a touchdown on the drive, and it's 80 yards in passing on 2 attempts. You don't have to do it a lot. You just got to do it well when you do it.
And so it looks like that whatever the penalty is, that yardage is going to be taken on the kickoff. So Kellogg on for the extra point. It is up and good, but there was a whistle before the ball was snapped. And officials having a discussion. And I'm not sure what the whistle was for, but the officials had a discussion and put the ball back down, and Kellogg now going to attempt the extra point again. And we got whistles again. Now there's a flag out. And it looks like a offside against Cambridge Springs.
I was going to say, if there's one thing that's typically flawless with Eisenhower, it's their field goals, their point after.
And so that the official went up to Chip Penley to see what he wants to do with this penalty here. But regardless, they're still going to send the kicking or keep the kicking unit out there. And so now you can see Kellogg looking a little exasperated there. And now we've got another flag. And it's getting to a point now where I think both coaches maybe need to bring their players over and just tell them, keep their mouths shut. Don't that one goes against Cambridge Springs. And does that now offset the penalty against Eisenhower for excessive celebration on the kickoff?
This is uncharted territory for me, Brian. I'm not sure I've seen this many consecutive penalties on one play.
Again, regardless of how this all shakes out, I think, again, both coaches would be well served to bring their players over after this PAT and say, look, everybody's got to just tone it down, keep your mouth shut.
I do see already the Eisenhower assistants are talking to their players, keep your hands down, keep your, mouth shut. Still 8 minutes and 38 seconds to go.
And that kick is blocked. Brown came flying in there, so the kick is no good, but the big touchdown pass from Pascuzzi to Bunk pushes the Eisenhower lead 20-8, 8:36 to play. Dreher Physical Therapy. Fourth quarter, we'll be back. More Allegheny Grill of Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters. Dreher Physical Therapy is now accepting new patients. Clinic Director Tessa Sager can help get you back in the game or on the job with flexible scheduling between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Dreher Physical Therapy offers in-clinic and telehealth services, including manual therapy, injury prevention, return to performance, total joint replacement, concussion management, and vestibular rehabilitation. Call 814-273-2175 to schedule your appointment today so you can get back in the game. A 50-yard pass from Sean Pascuzzi to Chris Bunk has pushed the Eisenhower lead to 20-8 over Cambridge Springs District 10 Class 1A semifinals. And so that the excessive celebration penalty certainly appears as though it's going to be assessed on the kickoff here. So they've got Eisenhower back around the 30.
So, Brian, I just wanted to – how important was that block point after? If Cambridge Springs is able to score 2 times, 8 points apiece, that's assuming they convert the 2-point conversions, they're now up by 4.
Mm-hmm.
That 2-point conversion that point after would have kept Eisenhower within field goal of tying it up. So it is especially important right now for their defense to play the best they have all night and not allow Cambridge Spring to score, but more specifically to score quickly.
Well, you got to think, you got to have Kellogg kick this deep, right? You can't squib kick from your own 25.
Yeah, I don't think you take chances here. You pin them deep and you count on your defense.
And he does indeed kick it deep. Kenya's going to take it at the 28. Trying to weave his way through traffic, and he's stopped as he crosses the 40. But still going to be good field position for the Blue Devils at the 42. Now trailing by 2 scores.
And don't kid yourself. Cambridge Springs certainly has the ability to score quickly. We saw them turn around after that first Eisenhower scoring drive in the first half and score within under 3 minutes.
About almost 2.5 exactly. That first scoring drive for the Blue Devils. They take over now at their own 42. Appleby in the gun, twins to each side. And he pitches out to Kenya. And Kenya down the sideline. Red Kenya finally forced out by Pascuzzi, but
you see how quick now they're deep into, they're inside the 30 on the Eisenhower side of the field.
Well, and I'll say I saw right before that play on the sideline, Bunk getting his calf stretched out, and I think Cambridge Springs knew he was off the field, maybe picked on Gavin Lindemuth a little bit, and he bit on that initial fake by Appleby. But it's Tightness Builder Supply first down for Cambridge Springs now at the Eisenhower 27. And the reverse to Preston Gorton. And he gets A solid gain there and then gets out of bounds. Down through the Eisenhower 20, so 7-yard pickup for Gorton on the reverse. And again, they're good. Cambridge Springs right now is running right to that side where Chris Bunk normally would be.
Bunk looks like he's ready to go back in.
Give is to Preston Gorton. He's hit. Comes off the tackle attempt by Lindell. And looks like he'll have enough for the Tionesta Builder Supply first down. And it is a first down. This drive being built by Tionesta Builder Supply with locations at Shippensville and Tionesta, online at tionestabuilders.us. So 1st and 10 now at the Eisenhower 17. Cambridge Springs trying to cut into this 12-point lead. Give is to Gorton. And Gorton this time hit right as he crossed the line. Going to fall forward. Down to the 14, maybe 13-yard line. So 4-yard gain by Gorton on first down. Appleby now in the gun, has Kenya sidecar to his left. Appleby going to keep it himself this time. And he gets down inside the 10 to the 8. And that is going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. Very obviously 4-down territory here for the Blue Devils. And like you said, Cody, quick strike. They were able to march right down the field in just about 2 minutes. Give is to Josh Gorton. And he almost lost the football getting swung around there. But it is enough for another Tionesta Builder Supply first down, and it's now 1st and goal for the Blue Devils at the 5. And Cambridge Springs was down in this position in the first half, but a big holding penalty backed them up, and they were unable to convert. Give is to Josh Gorton, and Gorton's got the corner, and he's in for the Cambridge Springs touchdown. Big response by Cambridge Springs.
That was exactly the response they had to have. I mean, there was no other option. I don't think they come back in this game if they don't strike quickly, and that's exactly what they did.
And Blue Devils going to go for 2. And like you said, Cody, that blocked extra point kind of looming large right now for the Knights. Appleby in the gun. Now brings Gordon into the backfield. Gordon's going to take the snap, and Gordon's going to keep it himself, and he's in untouched. And a flag comes out late, another flag late. And it looks like this one is going to go against Cambridge Springs, so will be obviously assessed on the kickoff. Would assume that would give the Knights excellent field position, but Cambridge Springs responds after the Eisenhower touchdown. 20-16, the Knights lead. It's Allegheny Grill at Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
When most places start preparing for a long winter's nap, we start living our best life. The mountainsides burning with color ignite something inside that now is the time to embrace what's around us. Warren County, Pennsylvania really is paradise, as we are surrounded with beautiful places and smiling faces. Warren County, Pennsylvania. Find your adventure, find your peace.
Cambridge Springs with another quick response. Again, about 2.5 minutes, Cody, has cut the lead to 4 for Eisenhower, but penalty at the end of the conversion run there by Preston Gorton will back Cambridge Springs up on the kickoff. They'll be kicking off now from their own 25.
But, Brian, the biggest difference in this game is that I see, because both teams are playing very similar football. The Knights have 35 yards in penalties. The Blue Devils have 100. That's a huge difference. And those penalties have all been very, very avoidable. It's a lot of after the play type of stuff.
And so there's the kick. They're going to angle it. Bounces at the 30. Pascuzzi picks it up at the 18. Great kick by Cambridge Springs, and a flag comes in at the end of the play. Another flag down. This one came in at the end of the return. And Pascuzzi indicating it's a face mask. And it is another personal foul against Cambridge Springs. So add 15 onto the end of that run.
10 penalties, 115 yards.
And if Cambridge Springs is able to come back and win this game, that's certainly something Nate Liberty's going to have to work on cleaning up before a District 10 championship game.
Yeah, you can't go on. I mean, you shouldn't be making this many penalties in the playoffs. You should be pretty fine-tuned at this point. But if Cambridge Springs is able to move on, there's no moving on beyond that if they continue to play like that.
So Eisenhower will start at its own 49. Leading by 4, 6:03 to play. Dreher Physical Therapy, fourth quarter. Give is to Tucker Lindell, and right up the gut. Not much doing there. Gains about 2 yards.
And if you're the Knights right now, obviously you want to get a first down. You want to keep this drive alive. But you're looking at that clock, and you are draining every second counts right now.
Well, the way
you know how quickly they can score.
The way Cambridge Springs has scored, you can't give the ball back to them with any more than 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I would say if you gave Cambridge Springs the ball back with over 2.5 minutes, the way that they're able to run that hurry up, that quicker paced, fast-paced offense, you might be looking at a different ball game at the end.
Both teams with 2 timeouts left here in Dreher Physical Therapy, fourth quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Knights. Chambers in motion. Toss to Penley. And he's trying to get across the outside. He got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And so now the Cambridge Springs defense trying to make a stand, get the ball back for its offense. How aggressive are you right now if you're Eisenhower, Cody? We saw, that last scoring play was a pass to Bunk, but how aggressive are you 3rd and 8 just across midfield?
I think that.
And is it 4 down territory?
I think, that's where I was kind of going. I think that if you get within a yard, it's 4 down territory, maybe 2. But if you don't pick up anything on this, you're going to have to punt.
Pascuzzi in the gun. He's going to keep it himself. And he's only going to gain about 3 yards there.
And that was a designed run. So that might tell me we are in 4 down territory. And it looks like Penley's going to be, yeah.
So it'll be 4th and 5. No, he's sending the punt unit out. He wants to pin Cambridge Springs deep here.
So he just wanted to
trust his defense.
Run some more time off the clock. And much like Cambridge Springs, Eisenhower's defense, more often than not, has been able to stop it.
Now, Preston Gorton is going back to receive. He's had a couple decent returns so far here tonight. Pascuzzi to kick. Letting every second tick off that play clock. Pascuzzi gets it away. Short kick. Takes an Eisenhower bounce. Gorton thought about fielding it right around the 20, and instead will let the Knights down it at the 16.
As tempting as that is, that was probably the right call because Eisenhower's team guys were right there ready to just blow them up.
So here we go. Drive of the game. Just over 3.5 minutes to play. Dreher Physical Therapy, fourth quarter. Eisenhower leading Cambridge Springs 20-16. Blue Devils have the ball at their own 16-yard line.
Going to be relying a lot on Appleby, I think, on this drive.
And give is to can't tell if that was Kenya or Gorton. Looks like Josh Gorton on that carry. And he gained about 4 yards.
Came up hobbling a little bit.
Again, on that last scoring drive, the Blue Devils kind of picked on that right defensive end, and Bunk's still on the sideline. Give is to Preston Gorton. He gets the corner and then is run out of bounds by Pascuzzi. But there is a flag down near the 22. And it is a hold against Cambridge Springs, and then a personal foul against Eisenhower. They'll offset, so we'll replay the down.
Offsetting or not, that's a win for Eisenhower.
Right. It's now the clock is under 3 minutes to go, and it is 2nd and 7. I mean, again, down the distance, not really important at this point in the game. I mean, Cambridge Springs is going to go for it. And they give it to Preston Gorton again, trying to get the edge. Doesn't quite get there this time. He's out to looks like about the 24. And that'll make it 3rd and about 2 for the Blue Devils. And the give is to Josh Gordon. He's going to have enough for the Tyneside Builder Supply first down. And so it is 1st and 10 now at the Cambridge Springs 33. Under 2 minutes to go. Dreher Physical Therapy, 4th quarter. Trip to the District 10 Class 1A Championship on the line. Appleby shifts the formation, pitches it out to Preston Gorton, and he's tripped up after a short gain. It's like 3, maybe 4. And now Cambridge Springs going to take its second A&B Heating timeout of the half. They've got 1 left. We'll be back after 30 seconds. Allegheny Gorilla Foxburg High School football on the YDL Sports Network, powered by the Eisenhower Football Boosters.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
1:40 to play. Dreher Physical Therapy, 4th quarter. Cambridge Springs has a 2nd down and 7 at its own 36, trailing Eisenhower 20-16. District 10 Class 1A semifinal. Appleby in the gun. And he's going to keep it himself. Has a whole lot of space. And he's out across midfield. It'll be another Tyneside Builder Supply first down for Cambridge Springs. Into Eisenhower territory at the Knights 48. $90 left in this ball game. The Blue Devils are 48 yards away from a trip to the District 10 Class 1A championship. And Appleby looking to throw. Flag on the play. It's incomplete. Pass is incomplete. But there is a flag down on the near side. And it looks like it's an illegal shift against Cambridge Springs. And big decision here for Eisenhower coach Jim Penley. Do you take the yardage and give them an extra down? And he is going to do that. So going to back him up 5 yards.
So now it'll be 1st and 15 from the Cambridge Springs 47. 53 yards away now are the Blue Devils.
120 yards in penalties for the Blue Devils tonight.
Empty backfield. Appleby looking to throw. Under pressure. Gets it away. Tipped and incomplete. And there were a number of nights there that had a chance to could have picked that one off and ended this ball game.
Yeah, Sean Pascuzzi being the closest of them and just not in the right position, not the right body position to make a play on that ball.
So 2nd down now. 1 timeout left for the Blue Devils. Need to go 53 yards in just over a minute. Empty backfield for Appleby. Looking to throw. Fires quickly as Preston Gorton. It's caught, but he's hit immediately, then escapes. And Gorton gets out of bounds. And Gorton gets up to the Eisenhower 41. We'll make it a 3rd and 3.5.
65 seconds to go.
And Gorton fortunate to get out of bounds there. Again, Appleby, empty backfield, trips near side. Quick pass out to Hoover. And Hoover escapes a tackle, trying to get to the sideline. And a flag is down. I think that's going to be a horse collar tackle. It's a big call coming up here. As Hoover had enough for the Tionesta Builder Supply 1st down, and it is a personal foul, horse collar against the Knights. With under a minute to go, Cambridge Springs going to get an extra 15 yards on the Prime Fitness USA penalty. And they are now at the 19, and the Blue Devils have entered the Pizza Hut red zone. And they're doing it with the passing game, Cody. So Appleby trips to the right, now sends Hoover in motion. Oh, and there's motion. That's a false start. That'll back him up 5. Another Prime Fitness USA penalty. Now back to the 24-yard line.
Took off 5 seconds off the clock. 57.2 to go.
First and 15 from the 24. Blue Devils need to get into the end zone. Trips right. Appleby in the gun. Sends Hoover in motion. Back to pass. Has time. Looking down the sideline. And it's tipped and incomplete. Was looking for Daniel Brown. Second and 15, but more importantly, clock stops.
You know, and this is for Cambridge Springs. This is a little bit, you know, it's out of their element. They're not having to typically pass this much in a ball game. So being, you know, Eisenhower forcing them to put it in the air might be a pass they can jump on and end this ball game.
Appleby back to throw. Has time. Now under pressure, he's hit. Big sack. Cameron Jacobzak. And Cambridge Springs going to take its final A&B heating timeout of this game. Officially 39 seconds to go. We'll adjust our clock here so it shows. What a huge play there by Cameron Jacobzak.
You know, and throughout the season, we have seen times where Cameron Jacobzak and guys like him and Tucker Lindell have been able to just step up on defense and make those huge plays, whether it's a sack or a breakup pass or whatever. And Jacobzak here in probably the biggest defensive moment so far this season until this next play just comes up big. And again, going back, Cambridge Springs doesn't have to pass that often. Their offensive line doesn't have to pass block that often. Eisenhower is pretty good at getting to the quarterback. So it's a good situation for Eisenhower to be in right now with a 4-point lead.
And so they added some time back on the clock. I'll fix this. 43 seconds officially. 3rd and 25. Appleby looking to throw, and it is caught by Brown, and then Brown gets out of bounds. And here is the game. It's 4th down. Fourth and looks like 13. 35 seconds to go. Appleby bringing the play into the huddle. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Appleby in the gun has Josh Gorton, the sidecar, to his right. And we've got a whistle. And Jim Penley's going to take an A&B heating timeout.
A little bit of mind game there. I like it. That's an experienced coach right there. Let them get set up, show their look, then call a timeout. Have a discussion with your guys.
I'll see about 8/10 ran off on the official game clock. We'll see if they put anything on here. And you can take a timeout. Call A&B Heating at 814-723-5670 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. But here we go. This is the ball game right here, 4th and 12. No, well, I shouldn't say that. It's Cambridge Springs can pick up a first down without getting into the end zone, but they are out of timeouts. Officially 34.2 seconds on the scoreboard clock right now.
If Cambridge Springs is going to go for the first down as opposed to touchdown, that might be dependent on how the defense lines up. It's got to be something towards the sideline. They have got to get out of bounds if they get a first down.
And Appleby's going to be in the gun, has Josh Gorton, sidecar to his right. Rolling. Appleby steps up, throws, got a man, it's Preston Gorton. And he avoids the tackle and reaches, scores the touchdown. What a play by Preston Gorton. 22 yards from Appleby to Gorton with 26 and a half seconds officially to play. Cambridge Springs has a 22-20 lead. Huge 2-point conversion attempt coming up here. And it looks like they're trying to wave players on. Mazadra going to take it himself, reverses field, and he's stopped. Big stop there by the Knights defense. If they can get into field goal position, could win this with a field goal. And Cody, we talked about at the end of the halftime, Cole Kellogg was out there taking some warm-up kicks, trying to gauge his distance. But, man, what a play on 4th and 12 when you had to have it. Appleby finds Preston Gorton 22 yards for the touchdown. And the Eisenhower fans sitting right in front of us so loud right before that play are in a stunned silence right now.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, Eisenhower took that 20-8 lead. Did they lose a little bit of that fire? That underdog fire that has driven them the majority of this ball game. They started feeling like they were going to win. You got some people maybe chatting a little bit, and Cambridge Springs, basically said, "Wait just 1 minute. We got some work to do," and that's exactly what they did. And like we were saying, they got lucky holding off that 2-point conversion because that would have essentially been the ball game.
So here we go. Cambridge Springs getting set to kick. Mazadra going to kick. Pascuzzi, Chambers, Penley deep to receive. Kick is away. It's going to be Penley at the 15. He bobbles it, picks it up. pitches to Pascuzzi, and Pascuzzi's wrestled down.
It was a good idea, but also a very dangerous idea, too.
So 19 seconds. Eisenhower's going to have the ball at its own 18. The Knights have one timeout left. Now, we have seen Eisenhower with a quick strike before, had a 50-yard touchdown pass from Pascuzzi to Bunk. You got to think if you're Nate Liberty, you're telling your guys you double team Bunk no matter what.
I think you double team Bunk, and I think you kind of zero in on Jacob Zach and just let the rest go.
Pascuzzi in the gun, looking to throw. Has time, all kinds of time. Still looking. Now he's under pressure. He's going to be hit. Pitches it out to Lindell, and they're going to say, no, he was down.
If he was down, that keeps the clock rolling.
Well, no, Eisenhower's got that timeout. And they use it, the final A&B heating timeout of the game. And that's just, you got to be more aware if you're Pascuzzi. Once you see that your guys don't have that separation, you got to throw the ball away or just take off with it.
Yeah, and at the same time, you can't, in a situation like that, you're not going to be able to probably have a guy wide open. They're playing more of a prevent defense. You might have to just throw it up and let your receiver make a play instead of trying to wait for him to get separation. And we've seen Chris Bunk make plays. We've seen Jacob Zach make plays in those situations. But again, much like Cambridge Springs, this is typically not a situation that Eisenhower finds themselves in.
So they put a couple of seconds back on the clock. It's 12 seconds to go. Now the Knights are out of timeouts. So Pascuzzi in the gun. Has time. Now scrambling, steps up, avoids a man. He's not going to avoid the next one. He throws it away, but they're going to say he was down, and that is going to be the ball game. DeMarco Green on the sack, and somehow Cambridge Springs comes back and will go play for a District 10 Class 1A championship. What a ball game, Cody.
It really was. And, I know that Eisenhower players and coaching staff and fans are disappointed in the loss, but look just how far this team has come from that first game.
Absolutely.
They have grown a lot. They had this game in the palm of their hand, and that's why it hurt so bad. But the first time you played this team, you didn't have an opportunity to beat them. Tonight, you had an opportunity to win this game. It was a yin and yang type of season for Eisenhower, from the way that it started in the first couple of weeks to now falling to Cambridge Springs, but falling in a more dignified way.
All right, with that, your final again, Cambridge Springs 22, Eisenhower 20. The Blue Devils will go play for the District 10 Class 1A championship next week. We will be right back with the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg post-game show on the YDL Sports Network.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyyyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, The doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today. Dreyer Physical Therapy is now accepting new patients. Clinic Director Tessa Sager can help get you back in the game or on the job with flexible scheduling between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Dreyer Physical Therapy offers in-clinic and telehealth services, including manual therapy, injury prevention, return to performance, total joint replacement, concussion management, and vestibular rehabilitation. Call 814-273-2175 to schedule your appointment today so you can get back in the game.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyyyinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Located at 16 West Main Street in Youngsville, Cam's Logging Supplies and Outdoor Wear's goal is to provide customers in Warren County with logging supplies, boots, and clothing at a reasonable price and within a short distance from home. We also offer so much more, including indoor golf and axe throwing, games of chance, and local pool leagues. If there's something you want and we don't have it, let us know and we will be happy to try and find it for you. At Cam's, we also sell hunting and fishing licenses and look forward to serving you. Give us a call today at 814-688-3146. Stop in and see us or visit us online at camsloggingsupplies.com.
And welcome in to the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg postgame show from Carter Field in Titusville. Your final, what a thriller, District 10 Class 1A semifinal, Cambridge Springs 22, Eisenhower 20, a 22-yard touchdown from Appleby to Preston Gorton puts the Blue Devils into the District 10 championship game next week. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, where you come for the food and stay for the view. Come check out the new indoor-outdoor wood frame event center. The Allegheny Grill was recently voted the #1 waterfront restaurant in Pennsylvania. Find out why at AlleghenyGrill.com. Let's take a look now at our final game stats brought to you by the Brooks UR Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year Award. Find out more at yourdailylocal.com/BHL Award.
Brian, we'll start with Eisenhower. Pascuzzi was 2 of 6, 80 yards, had an interception, also had a touchdown. Chris Bunk, the kid who pulled in that touchdown, he had 1 reception, 50 yards, and that score. Ryan Chambers went 1 for 30 receiving. Tucker Lindell with 61 yards off of 14 carries on the ground. Penley had 65 off of 11 carries, and Pascuzzi had 15 carries, 58 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground. Appleby went 8 of 14, 99 yards, and had a touchdown pass. Preston Gorton, 5 of 65, and Daniel Brown, 2 of 27 receiving. Kenya was 9 for 67 yards on the ground. Preston Gorton, 9 for 46 on the ground, and Josh Gorton, 9 for 45. As a team, the Eisenhower Knights had 43 carries and 186 yards on the ground, and Cambridge Springs went 30 carries for 180 yards on the ground.
All right, well, those were our final game stats brought to you by Brooks UR Ledbetter Sportsperson of the Year Award. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg Player of the Game and Cole Orthodontic Associates Player interview. Don't go anywhere.
When it's your special day, we know you want everything to be just perfect. That's why at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, we spared no expense in creating our new indoor-outdoor wood-framed event center with waterfalls, gorgeous views of the Allegheny River, a fire pit, and plenty of parking. The Allegheny Grill in Foxburg will take care of everything from catering to bartending, so all you have to do is bring the fun. We do it all for your wedding, anniversary party, corporate event, and so much more. One look at our new facility and we know you'll fall in love. And remember, the view is always free at the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery offers screen printing and embroidery on apparel as well as on cool gear like backpacks, window decals, and engraved tumblers. We also specialize in team, business, and organization fundraisers. Check out our Icebox stores online at ICYYinc.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear icy.
With convenient locations in DuBois, Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren, you don't have to travel far to get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. The orthodontists of Cole Orthodontic Associates have been crafting beautiful, healthy smiles in north central Pennsylvania since 1960. Born and raised in the area, the doctors and staff at Cole Orthodontic Associates are committed to the people of this region. Visit colesmiles.net to schedule an appointment or consultation at the location nearest you today. Dreyer Physical Therapy is now accepting new patients. Clinic Director Tessa Sager can help get you back in the game or on the job with flexible scheduling between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. Dreyer Physical Therapy offers in-clinic and telehealth services, including manual therapy, injury prevention, return to performance, total joint replacement, concussion management, and vestibular rehabilitation. Call 814-273-2175 to schedule your appointment today so you can get back in the game. And welcome back. You can see our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game at Cambridge Springs, Preston Gordon. It's now time for our Cole Orthodontic Associates player interview with convenient locations in Ridgeway, St. Mary's, and Warren. You can get your game-winning smile with Cole Orthodontic Associates. And Preston, a lot for you to smile about here. Yep. Tonight, you guys are going to go play for a District 10 championship, thanks in large part to your 22-yard touchdown reception with 26 seconds to go. What were you guys talking about in the huddle on that last time out before you ran that play?
The last time out, we were talking about how we needed to get down and drive there and score and let our defense do their job. And coach called the right call and pass play right in my hands, and I took it to the house.
What did you see when you were coming out and getting into your formation from the coverage?
I saw the DB right in front of me shading inside. So, I cut straight and then cut left, and then I turned my body, and the DB was nowhere to be seen.
And so when you caught the ball, you caught it with enough for a first down. You guys would have had a first down regardless. But then it seemed like you made a little bit move, and then you got caught just outside the goal line. What were you seeing there, and what was going through your mind as you're stretching across the goal line?
As soon as I saw the goal line, I had to reach for it. I wanted to score super badly, and I got it.
And then what was it? What was the emotion like when you came down with it and you realized you had scored?
It was just glory. I was just so happy. I couldn't believe it. Last year, we were just short, and this year we came up with it, and I was just so happy.
And I mean, you guys, you and Eisenhower played in the semifinals a year ago. That was an Eisenhower victory, and that was a game that you guys had the lead late and had an opportunity maybe to win. How much has that motivated you coming into this season?
Oh yeah, it motivated us a lot, especially the first game, and then coming in this one, it still motivated us to beat them in the playoffs. We beat them in the regular season, but we had to make sure we'd beat them in the playoffs too.
And so, they score to go up on the big pass play 20-8. What were you guys talking about before the ensuing kickoff there that allowed you to come down? I mean, you went right down this field in about 2 minutes and scored again. What were you guys talking about on the sidelines?
We were talking about seeing who had that dog in them and who had played their heart out and continue to play and don't give up.
And looking around at the scores from tonight, it looks like you're going to get another regular season rematch, this time with Lakeview, this time with the District 10 championship on the line. What do you guys need to change from that first matchup with the Sailors to come away with the win in the District 10 title?
We just need to contain the run game and better defensively and come in to practice strong and mentally and ready to play on Friday night or Saturday night.
Probably Saturday night. We'll find out officially tomorrow, I think, but good bet it's going to be on Saturday night. Well, Preston, congratulations on the win here tonight. Fantastic ball game, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more of the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg post-game show on the YDL Sports Network right after this.
Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com. For all your automotive needs, look no further than the Warren Tire Center. From new tires to tire repairs, PA state inspections, wheel alignments, and auto detailing, There's so much more that we can do for you, and there's no reason to go anywhere but the Warren Tire Center in Warren, Pennsylvania. With over 40 years of serving the Warren and surrounding communities, it's always been a great day at the Warren Tire Center. We offer same-day service and walk-ins are welcome. Open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., the Warren Tire Center can be reached at 814-723-8050 and on the web at warrentirecenter.com. With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Located at 229 Liberty Street in downtown Warren, Freedom Investment Management Group has a passion for helping people manage and preserve their wealth. Partners Rob Maring and Dave Close, along with all the professionals at Freedom Investment Management Group, are committed to providing the highest level of service to our clients. Every member of our team is experienced, educated, and passionate. We intentionally maintain a low client-to-team member ratio so that we can consistently deliver concierge-like service. Simply put, we are not like many other wealth management firms. Come experience the difference. Visit us online at freedomwealthcoach.com.
Have a fender bender? We can mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
And welcome back to the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg post-game show from Carter Field in Titusville, where your final this evening, Cambridge Springs 22, Eisenhower 20. The Blue Devils will head to the District 10 Class 1A championship. Next Saturday, they will take on Lakeview, a 35-6 winner over Mercer for the District 10 Class 1A title. It's now time for our scoring summary, brought to you by Warren General Hospital. Exceptional care, exceptionally close at Warren General Hospital.
Thank you, Brian. In the first quarter, with 5:15 left to go, after a 6-minute and 45-second drive, all of it on the ground. It ended with a 10-yard run by Sean Pascuzzi, a keeper off of the near side of the field, to put the Knights up 7-0. Later on in the first quarter, Cambridge Springs with 2:45 left to go. Kenya ran for 15, then 17, and then it was Preston Gorton, who we just had up here in the booth, running for 17 for the TD to strike back, and they got the 2-point conversion off of that. That was it for the first half. It was all defensive football after that. In the third quarter, with 4:46 to go, it was Sean Pascuzzi taking a low snap and then powering through the D line to break free for an 18-yard score to put the Knights up 14-8. And then again, Sean Pascuzzi, involved in a scoring play with 8:38 to go in the fourth, hit Chris Bunk for the first time those two connected on the night. 50-yard touchdown to put the Knights up 20-8. Everybody on the Eisenhower side kind of thinking, we've got this one in the bag. Well, Cambridge Springs said no. 6:10 to go in the fourth quarter. In the game, Josh Gordon with a 5-yard run untouched around the end of the far side of the field. Preston Gorton got the 2-point conversion, 20-16. 26 seconds to go in the game. It was fourth down, and it was Preston Gorton who took the Appleby pass 22 yards and barely got across the goal line, but barely is enough. And Cambridge Springs wins 22-20.
All right, that was your Warren General Hospital scoring summary. Exceptional care, exceptionally close at Warren General Hospital. Trying to take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Swift Kennedy & Company, the official insurance provider of Your Daily Local, LLC, the YDL Sports Network, insurance with integrity since 1921. And as we mentioned earlier, in Class 4A action, Meadville, a 22-18 winner over University Prep. Cathedral Prep, a 63-35 winner over Hollidaysburg in 5A. Our other 1A semifinal, as we mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, Lakeview over Mercer 35-6. So the Sailors and Blue Devils will meet in a rematch for the District 10 Class 1A championship. In one of the District 10 Class 2A semifinals, Farrell 36, Wilmington 7. And do see that Mercyhurst Prep beat Sharpsville. Don't see the actual score there yet, but so it will be Mercyhurst Prep and Farrell for the Class 2A title next week. That is your out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Swift Kennedy and Company, insurance with integrity since 1921. And Cody, any final thoughts on what was a thriller here at Carter Field?
I think both teams played phenomenal. I think their defenses played out of this world. Honestly, the big thing going forward for Cambridge Springs, they cannot have that many penalties. That was beyond acceptable. I think for any head coach moving on in the playoffs, they have got to clean up that aspect of the game. And, as we discussed several times during the broadcast, many of those very much avoidable, not even during the play, during plays, they're after plays, so I suspect that we're going to get some long talks to the players this week about keeping your mouth closed and letting your play do the talking for you, as they did in the closing minutes of the fourth quarter. As for Eisenhower, said it moments ago, they should not be disappointed in this season. Coming into this year, they lost a lot of guys, not sure where expectations were. They had a lot of success last year, and there were some players like Tucker Lindell and Cameron Jacobzak and Sean Pascuzzi and Chris Bunk who really stepped up and took on leadership roles, and you saw them grow in those roles throughout the season. I think that Penley and the parents and friends and family should all be proud of those kids and proud of this team from where they went from early September until November.
Very well said, and not much more for me to add to that one. I mean, I'm spent, man. I'm telling you, this is a phenomenal ball game here tonight. Again, your final: Cambridge Springs 22, Eisenhower 20, a 22-yard pass on a 4th and 12 with 26 seconds to play. The difference in this one sends Cambridge Springs on to the District 10 Class 1A championship. That will do it for us here tonight in Titusville. Hope everyone has enjoyed this fantastic ball game. For Chris and Cody, this is Brian saying thank you so much for watching, everyone, and good night